Bumper music and good evening, folks. This is Sean Silvas live with Phil Nichols inside the Guthrie High School Gymnasium. The Guthrie Bluejays are hosting the Blackwell Maroons in what is hopefully going to be a competitive matchup here in this wrestling duel.
Yeah, Blackwell loaded every year, seems like. It'll be an uphill run for the Bluejays.
For sure.
We're striving to get to where they are, but I expect to have some really good competitive matches along the way tonight. And, of course, it'll all start off with the junior high kiddos here in a few minutes. Then we'll, big night tonight, homecoming. So we'll have homecoming, what do you call that? Homecoming
court?
Court, yeah, do that.
Festivities? Celebration, I don't know.
We'll step into the high school match. It should be a fun evening.
Yeah, so we've got Maroons, obviously a 2 or 3A powerhouse.
Yeah.
Last Tuesday night was a 4A powerhouse. Coach Davenport. It's one of those things, when you are when you're a competitor, you want to go against the best to see where you're at, see how you stack up, and see what you need to work on. And I know Coach Davenport is a competitor as a coach, and he sees these teams with a storied history that are where he's trying to get these Blue Jays, and he wants to go head-to-head and see where we're at and see what we need to be working on.
I love it. I love the fact he's done that since he's been here. Yeah. He's never shied away. We had Tuttle,
Yeah.
I mean, just kind of run a gauntlet there, but it will make you better come tournament time.
Yeah, and it's as a fan, it's like, no, we want to see us pick up big wins and big duels, and we've had some this year. We pulled 2 upsets in our 5A duels were big upsets, but these here are looking forward to state. There's kids on this team that are going to prepare our wrestlers for the state tournament. And ultimately, Coach Davenport wants us to perform well at the state tournament. To do that, we've got to have these matchups.
Well, I think you correlate it to football. One of the powerhouse in 5A is Carl Albert. And there's been many years where Carl Albert's lost 2, 3, 4, heck, even 5 games. They were getting better every week, getting ready, and then to win state, right? So nobody remembers what your record is if it says state champion at the beginning. So it's good stuff.
Yeah, so we are definitely, we're going to fight an uphill battle today, and I think everybody is aware of that. However, we are going to have some good matchups. We're going to see some good wrestling too.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. Well, before the junior high makes it out here, why don't we take a quick timeout? Brought to you by F&M Bank.
F&M Bank loves giving back to the communities we live and serve in. Banking with us ensures your money goes back into your community. Our goal is to provide you with reliable banking you can trust, delivered with a unique passion for service. F&M Bank has all the modern banking services: mobile banking, lending, reward checking, electronic checking, and more. We invite you to come see us at any of our 8 locations. Come see what relationship banking is all about. F&M Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV. You miss your old familiar friends, but waiting just around the bend. You're lost out there and you're all alone. A light is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look.
Bumper music and good. And welcome, folks. We are back inside the Guthrie High School Gymnasium. Sean Silvas alongside Phil Nichols, the GMP broadcast team with us tonight as well. And the Blackwell Maroons are in town, going to take on the Guthrie Bluejays. We are awaiting the junior high to get out here. Looks like Blackwell is ready to go. And duel's supposed to kick off here in another 5 minutes.
Yep.
We're going to keep on running through this Bank First pregame show. Just going through a list of history here. Blackwell state champions in 41. State champions 1943, 1946, 1956, 57, 73, 99, 2012, 2023.
Pretty good.
State championships
Pretty
through
good.
and through. These guys are definitely a powerhouse. You know, up north, I had someone ask me, why is a 4A school able to beat a 5A school? Why is a 3A school able to beat a 6A school? And I had to reference, the sport of wrestling is different. And then, when you get to some of these schools, especially up north, you got Perry. Perry became a big powerhouse. Well, Blackwell is right next door.
Yeah.
And these kids, what else are they going to do? Well, they start wrestling. And for some reason, it takes off. They get a coach in there that knows how to build a program. Next thing you know, they become competitive.
Yeah.
And they make it to the national dual tournament like Edmond North, like the Yukons, like the big powerhouses.
Right.
And they compete nationally every year because these kids start at 4 years old. And they wrestle their entire life with a team of kids that are the same age. So there's 10 kids every year that play baseball together, football together, and then at some point they decide they're all just going to wrestle.
Yeah.
And they become competitive. They go, on that north side, they're right there by Kansas. They go to all the big national tournaments. They go down to Texas. They travel together. They build in this program. People start to pump money into the program. Next thing you know, they get facilities. Next thing you know, they become this perennial powerhouse. And it takes time. It takes 10, 15 years, but over that process, now they have a program that's going to be good year in and year out.
Yeah, and I think, I talked to a gentleman earlier today. Chris just said in our ear, baseball is very similar too. It's baseball and wrestling are two sports where they really don't care what size of school you're from.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing to watch. I think there's been years where many years over the history of wrestling in high school in Oklahoma and even current, where those 2A, 3A, 4A schools were the best wrestling teams in the state.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's really, really cool. So fun to see. Yeah, we were talking on lunch today. You probably remember this, although you're a lot younger. Kansas used to do a thing called Grand State, where they would take all the classification state champs, throw them in a little tourney, and let's go see who the real state champion is.
And why did they quit doing that, Phil?
Well, some of the little ones were beating the big ones, and it made everybody very, very nervous, and they didn't like that very much. So, but it's really, really cool, I think, and wrestling is one of those unique sports where it doesn't matter literally what the enrollment of the school is at all.
Well, and, when you talk about down to the competition level, you have a kid, let's say he starts at 4 years old, and he wrestles for 15 years and becomes a senior at a school. I don't care where he's at. He's wrestled every kid in that state, and he is as good as any 6A, 5A, 4A. He might be a 3A wrestler who goes to Oklahoma State and becomes an All-American. It happens all the time.
Well, look at Ladd. From over Prairie. I mean, he did pretty well in college.
Yeah, he's a decent kid. Decent. Yeah. So, I mean, we get, so going back to what we were saying originally, it doesn't look good on paper to have a 3A team come in and even be competitive with a 5A school. Right. But wrestling's different enough to where it makes sense if you know what you're looking at.
Well, that's the key, right? Yeah. To the casual fan, they're like, well, I thought they were just 2A or they were just 3A. Yeah. But if you grew up around the sport, none of that matters. Yeah. I mean, it just doesn't matter.
Well, and, a few weeks ago, the National Hall of Fame team duels was held in Stillwater.
Yeah.
Blackwell was there.
Yeah.
Teams from California, Pennsylvania, Texas, all over the country, the best teams show up. And for some reason, Blackwell keeps getting the call. Well, because
there's a reason.
There's a reason for that. Yeah. And going back to Coach Davenport, he wants to see what this is. What are these guys doing? How do we stack up? Because we want Guthrie to get invited to that eventually. And that doesn't happen in 1 year. That happens over the course of several years, investing in the program, getting the community behind, getting everything built up to where we can support that kind of success.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And before we forget, I know we're going to crank the matches up here. Got to give a shout out to your alma mater. UCO, dual national champions.
Yes, sir.
Are you kidding me?
National champs last year.
All they do is win, baby.
All they do is win. And our referee tonight, UCO alum as well.
Oh, okay.
In the house.
With that, where's he at?
And with the beard sitting right beside. He's standing up with the gray shirt.
Oh, with that spectacular mustache.
Spectacular mustache.
I saw him come over and dap it up with you. I figured he was a UCO boy with you.
Well, Phil, right before we start this duel, looks like the junior high is set up.
Okay.
Why don't we take one more quick break, brought to you by F&M Bank.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
There's one big difference between Vance Auto Group and the other dealers: transparency. We show all the discounts and rebates on our website long before you arrive. See your monthly payment, your current vehicle's value, Carfax, and everything about the vehicle you're interested in buying. You can even buy any vehicle, new or pre-owned, without leaving home, right from our website. Buy with transparency at the John Vance Auto Group.
John Vance Auto Group.
All right, welcome back, folks. Sean Silvers alongside Phil Nichols, GMP broadcast team as well. Thank you for joining us tonight as Blackwell comes to town. Blackwell Maroons going to take on the Guthrie Bluejays in this junior high duel. Yep. We are fixing to get going. I've got some notes here. Went and talked to the coaches just to put a perspective on what we're up against tonight with the junior high. We got a lot of 6th and 7th graders going to be taking on a lot of 8th and 9th graders. Perry, I talked to the Blackwell coach, and he said we decided not to wrestle most of our freshmen.
Most of our freshmen.
So they've got a couple of freshmen in here, but they have a bigger freshman class that could be wrestling against us here. Now, I will say to note, they have quite a few holes in their lineup
there
for
is
junior
a lot of holes
high,
there.
which I don't know if that's concerning. Maybe they didn't bring their whole team, but you would think with that history they have, this would be full.
Looks like 5 holes, right?
Yeah, so there are some 5 holes, which is, going to be good for us, on the team point side. But, we'll let you guys know when these guys wrestle. But like I say, many 8th and 9th graders going to be wrestling, many 6th graders. A lot of our little guys that you see compete out here, these are 6th grade kids, second-year wrestlers, 6th graders.
Right.
These guys are still in our Little League room. And then they're also practicing with the junior high.
Right.
And they are getting an opportunity to compete out here, and they just want this opportunity.
Correct.
So that's one of those things, most of the time 6th graders are not out competing.
Right.
Our kids just want it. They want to get out here under the lights. They want to get on TV. They want to.
And get the mat time.
You may want to get the mat time. So free matches for them. There's opportunities for them to wrestle, so they're taking them. So. Looks like we are fixing to get kicked off here, Phil.
We got Hall for Blue Jays going up against either.
Looks like we're going to go against Rylan Sandoval. So Caden Hall, 6th grader for the Blue Jays at 80 pounds, going to take on Rylan Sandoval. Now, Rylan Sandoval was the 2nd place finisher at the junior high state last year. So
hang on, boys.
He's a 7th grader that took 2nd as a 6th grader at the junior high state, which includes freshmen, 8th grade and 7th grade. So this kid is a ringer.
You can look at him, you can see that already.
You're just judging him by his hair, Phil.
No, I didn't even see the hair. Now I see that, it worries me even more. Oh, nice shot there.
Fireman's carry to a short carry dump. Caden Hall going to be up against a tough order, but Caden started wrestling for us last year. Just an athlete, going to be a stud wrestler. By the time he gets to high school, we're going to enjoy watching him wrestle.
That was big time right there.
Our 6th grade group of wrestlers, when these kids are seniors, our team is going to be stacked, and these guys will be kind of the team leaders there. They're young now, but I'm looking forward to seeing them when they get up through high school, get some more years under their belt.
It's all about building, right?
For sure.
It's all about getting that time, getting that experience. See the big difference here, just a high-level kid out there.
Snap down to a side cradle. Very Bo Nickel-esque.
Yeah, Sandoval, he's going to be a handful for a lot of years.
Running for a tight waist tilt. He's got that seat belt. He's looking for a tilt. He's going to try to get that double bar arm. Now he's going to stack him up. Not the tilt, but stack him up.
Wow.
Hayden doing a good job keeping his shoulders off the mat. He knows where he's at. Needs to try to base up here if he can. you know, when you're on bottom, especially against a kid that's a ringer, if you're trying to escape, they have to try to ride you. They got to try to keep you down. If you're on your belly, they can try to turn you, and that's a whole different thing.
Exactly
so
right.
anytime they're chasing you, they're not turning you. But if they don't have to chase you anymore, they'll start turning, and that's kind of the game you play. As you get older, you can, you know, do a little bit better job of that. But Caden up against a ringer here. Did a nice job.
Yeah,
staying in the match.
Yeah.
Going to put 6 points on the board for the Blackwell Maroons. Starting off this duel. Up next, 86 pounds, Bryson Epperly for the Maroons is going to take on Ryan Gerard. Bryson Epperly is an 80-pound wrestler, and they're going to bump him up to wrestle Ryan.
Another 6th grade, 7th grade situation looks like as well.
Ryan Gerard, even though was new this past season, is a competitor to the core.
Yeah.
He will grind and wrestle hard.
Battle. Yep.
He smells blood. He knows when he is a very fierce competitor. When you put him in the novice division where he would normally compete, the other coaches are mad that we're putting him there. You know, he's a second-year kid, and they're mad that he's there because technically he can be, but he's so aggressive and he's so tough. So
yeah, and you see it. You see just the way he approaches everything.
He's athletic too. He's got a lot of potential, a lot of capability. And the good thing about him, he's very solid. He does a good job with what he knows, and he's been fun to coach. He'll come over in the corner with big eyes like, what do I do? What do I do? We'll tell him, and then he does. It's like playing a video game.
And that's fun to coach, right? When you're building, literally you can see the lights go on constantly when they're at that stage.
Yep.
We talked last time, you know, 3 years is really where I think you start seeing kids put things together where it starts coming natural. There you go.
Nice job, Ryan Gerard.
Nice job.
Like I say, heads up takedown, saw the cradle, grabs a hold of it. I'd like to see that, Phil. We work cradles on Monday night.
I know. That's good. You work them on Monday, see them on Thursday. That's good.
Like I say, like playing a video game. Up next, 92 pounds. The Blue Jays are going to put out Uriah Sisk, and it looks like the Maroons are open.
There we go. Got the replay here.
Nice little go behind. Hooks up that cradle.
See the fall right here.
Does a good job right there.
Yeah.
Uriah Sisk picks up the open. That's going to put 6 more on the board for the Blue Jays. Going to bring us up 12-6 in this junior high duel. Now at 98 pounds, Jackson King makes the lineup as a 6th grader. Tonight was going to be his debut. Unfortunately, did not pick up a match.
No match.
But he does pick up the forfeit. That's going to earn the Blue Jays 6 more points, bumping that score 18-6.
Here we go.
Jackson into the fun one. I wish you could have saw his double leg, Phil. He's got a good one. Wrestling out 106 pounds. Kyler Wilder for the Blue Jays is going to take on Karsten Boyer.
Good, got that leg.
Kyler is one of the several brother pairs that wrestles for us. Kyler's older brother wrestles 144 pounds at the high school. Now, Kyler started off strong this season, broke his arm, and came back, I believe last Monday was his first day back. So he's going to be knocking a little rust off.
Yeah. Kid's wrestling's long, got a lot of length to him.
Yep. Got it on a nice high crotch here. If he can get that leg up and start cutting the corner, that's going to help him out a little bit. Karsten Boyer doing a good job keeping a heavy hip, staying out front. Now he's got that far ankle. Now he's going to cut that corner. Kyler's got to try to keep circling, but tough to do when they got your ankle. It's going to earn him 2 more points.
In there quick.
Current score of this duel this matchup should be 6-2, I believe.
6-2.
3 takedowns for Karsten Boyer, and then 2 escapes for Kyler Wilder. Everybody's trying to catch up here.
Yeah.
Kyler doing a good job coming up here, but he got sucked back. He's going to turn this corner. Got to get his arm down. Carson's running a half now. Kyler's posturing good. He's got to get his bottom leg under. There we go. Once he postures and gets that bottom leg under, if they keep running that half, he'll stand up. Normally they'll let go, which is what happened there. Kyler's got to keep basing and building here.
Talked about Kyler coming off that broken arm.
Yeah.
It's a tall task in a lot of ways, right? I mean, conditioning is one of the biggest things.
Yeah, for sure. And then, I wonder, too, posting up down there on bottom to come up, his arm is healed, but does it feel strong?
And how confident are you with it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the big thing.
Yeah. I know he was in practice every day, running around and doing what coaches were always on him. Kyler, get off the mat, get off the mat. Yeah. He's wanting to be out there competing. Andrew Harden over there on the sidelines, one of our junior high coaches, stepping in for Coach Caleb Gibson tonight. Coach Caleb had a scheduled vacation, so he's not able to be here.
Okay.
So I'm sure Caleb's watching. We'll give him a shout-out, doing a great job with his junior high crew.
Yeah.
But, Andrew Harden, no stranger to wrestling.
Andrew wrestled for the Blue Jays himself.
Stand up here. Kyler should have just got up and got away. But the aggression in him made him want to turn around and try to get more.
Yeah.
Kind of cost him there on that double leg, but experience will help that. And like I say, he is a little rusty.
Well, and that's wrestling, you'll see it. You watch the kids' first duel to where they are now. I mean, great improvement, obviously. But if you get injured, you're not out there, get mat time, do your stuff. You're not going to have that progress.
He wasn't there for those improvements. Now, Kyler wrestled on and off for the Little League at the Little League level. Didn't put in a bunch of consistent seasons, but he's not a stranger to the mat by any means.
Right.
But maybe a stranger to experience, and that's what he lacks right now. Hopefully he'll be able to finish out the rest of the season and get some more mat time and freestyle and get back to where his potential could take him. Athletic, good, strong kid. He's real wiry. He's got a good sense of mat space,
There you go.
Like there. He kind of knows where he's at, and in bad situations, he's actually awkwardly comfortable.
Yeah, check it out here on the Generation Church replay.
Noticed he got a little high, cut back, got his arm out. Nicely done by Kyler Wilder. Picks up 2 more. Staying in this match.
He's
kind of reeling it in. And if I'm being honest, should be the one fading. And it seems like maybe the Maroons are fading here a little bit. Karsten Boyer kind of let up a little bit on top, getting a little rusty. Not sure what we saw here, but potentially dangerous. He lifted while he had the arm locked.
Well,
so if in junior high, Little League, now I don't know how it applies to high school, but I think it's the same. If the arm is caught and you lift, they don't have a way to stop the fall. They'll land on their shoulder.
Makes sense.
A lot of broken collarbones and dislocated shoulders came from that. And so the referees actually asked to put that rule in that they could stop that for potentially dangerous.
Look at this cradle here.
Yep, nice cradle here. Kyler Wilder making some things happen.
That's good job.
But, back to that ruling, the officials association, they wanted to put that in there that they could blow the whistle and stop, not call any points, not cost anything, but they just were worried about the safety of the athletes.
That's a good call.
And so
that's a good call.
They wanted to protect the athletes there.
How many owies would that have saved you in your life? I know me a lot.
Yeah, it's never fun to be going from your feet to your face.
Never fun.
And oftentimes that's, you hear fighters say they're blocking punches with their face.
Yeah,
wrestlers block the mat with their face a lot of times.
Correct.
So
good match here.
Kyler Wilder is getting himself back in this match at 6-6. He's wrestling tough on top. Not sure, but he locked up a cradle at the end of that last period.
Yeah,
if he can keep grinding on top here to a fading Karsten Boyer, he's got a good shot here, maybe winning this match. Now Karsten Boyer, if he gets to his base, it's going to get a little bit risky because if he gets away, he'll be winning.
Yes.
So Kyler's got to either stay on top here, try to score, or cut him and try to get a takedown. But I think right now they're going to try to ride this out. With 30 seconds to go, we could get a pretty fiery match here going on.
Absolutely. Here he comes up.
Karsten coming to his feet. Now this is where Kyler got that cradle. He based up to his feet and he caught that inside cradle. But with him broke down here, I think Kyler might be able to get this thing into overtime. Now, he does not need to let him get out of bounds.
Correct.
You know, Karsten needs to get out of bounds to get a fresh start, maybe get a quick roll or something to get the escape. Kyler doing a nice job trying to turn him in bounds, trying to keep him in bounds here. Referee letting him wrestle on the edge.
Yeah,
back
good
on
job
that cradle
there.
again.
OT, baby.
Third matchup of the night. We got an overtime already.
It's always good.
Fun little matchup here. Now, Karsten Boyer has gotten a couple of takedowns, but again, it looks like he's fading it. In on a deep shot here. Nice high crotch attempt. Kyler scrambling out here, getting his hip up. He's got to keep that leg and keep trying to get his hip up. If he lets go of that leg, it's going to be 2.
Yeah.
Nice job, Kyler Wilder, getting back in that match.
Yeah, good match.
Making it a match. £106 matchup. That's going to put 3 more points on the board for the Maroons. Next matchup at 112 pounds. Cade Carey is going to take the forfeit. Cade Carey, one of the more experienced wrestlers on this junior high team, as a 6th grader, has really been one they've come to rely on to get points, which is impressive.
Well, when you come up in a wrestling family like Cade does, when he's got 2 big brothers, a dad, I think the daughters, all the women, I think they can all wrestle.
Yeah, I think.
But that helps a lot, obviously.
For sure. But anyway, don't get to watch Cade tonight, but we'll pick up 6 more for the Blue Jays. And that dual score is going to be 24 Guthrie to 9 for Blackwell. So far, so good for the Blue Jays. Now we've got Daniel Allen at 119 pounds for the Blue Jays going against Cole Hetrick. Cole Hetrick. Now, to note, Hetrick was a state placer last year at the junior high state tournament. And don't forget that junior high state tournament does not include classes.
Right.
So top to bottom, 6A through 2A.
Go get it.
He is one of the best. He's top 6 in the state. You know, as a he is a 9th grader. So as an 8th, no, I'm sorry. He's an 8th grader. So as a 7th grader last year, one of the best wrestlers in the state overall.
Yeah.
So doing what he knows how to do. Tough order here for Daniel Allen, but valiant effort. While we
see that just walk that around, Sean, and he's right here. It's a wrap.
All right, guys, real quick, while we are waiting on this replay, we're going to take a quick timeout brought to you by F&M Bank.
For centuries, it was a windswept prairie until the run of '89 saw.
All right, Will.
That was a quick break back.
Quick break. They did not time out for us, so we're going to we'll do our timeout after the next one.
Yep.
But
we have here. Let's see what we got. I got the back quick. This is what you're seeing with these kids from Blackwell. I mean, I tell you, they can put points on the board in a hurry in a duel. Battling here for the Jays. Is this Colin? This is Colin, isn't it? Walters, yep. Very good, thank you. Mason Young up 7-1 over Colin Walters right now.
Mason Young, like the last wrestler, state placer.
Yeah.
As a 7th grader, one of the best in the state. These two, I got a feeling that Mason Young and Cole Hetrick are practice partners.
Yeah, I bet they're in the room together every day, making each other better.
Going up against freshmen. Let's take a quick timeout brought to you by F&M Bank.
For centuries, it was a windswept prairie until the run of '89 saw settlers scramble for land and life in a newborn town as Oklahoma's territorial capital, Guthrie. Bank First is loyal to the preservation movement that reclaimed Oklahoma's first state capital. And we're loyal to the banking legacy born at the corner of First and Oklahoma streets. Bank First. Loyal to Oklahoma. Loyal to you.
At Generations Church, we exist to love God, love people, and serve both well. We're a multi-generational, multicultural church that believes in being a light to our city and our region. At Generations, we don't believe that church can be put in a box. We're a church that accepts all people from all walks of life, young, old, rich, and poor, and you will feel welcome at Generations. Join us at 10 a.m. every Sunday at 2524 West Noble in Guthrie, America. You can also join us at generationsguthrie.online.church.
Welcome back. Tonight's duel between the Blackwell Maroons and your Guthrie Bluejays. Junior high action going on right now. Got Blackwell, great folks from Blackwell joining in on the broadcast. Appreciate having you here. They traveled well. Blackwell obviously known for the wrestling program, Sean.
Yeah, and Blackwell for sure.
Yeah, and it's always fun to see this caliber of competition coming to the gymnasium. We talked about it in the Bank First pre-duel show. You know, this is what the Davenport coaches are all about, trying to get us in front of as much of the high-level talent as we can. It's how you're going to get better.
You know, you go back to these Davenport brothers. These guys wrestled from the time they but by the time they made shoes small enough to fit a little kid, up until through college for both these guys, they are competitors at heart.
Oh yeah.
And when they took over here this past season, they took over the junior high scheduling as well, because they want to see these junior high kids up against. Up against some stiff competition, not picking up wins, they want these kids ready for high school because they are competitors at heart. They want these kids to learn how to compete. They want to see what the best is so that we know what we were trying to get to, so that everybody understands that we don't want to be a mediocre program anymore. We want to be the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of an up-and-comer here for the Blue Jays, Aiden Harden, young man's really taken to wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Fun to watch.
Fun to coach.
I bet he is.
Yeah.
I bet he is. He's battling Trayton Bryant for the Maroons.
Phil, Monday night at practice, we worked on sprawls and grabbing ankles and getting behind. That is what Aiden did. Now he's got caught in a little side headlock
good
here.
Job.
Did a good job scrambling. Got himself right out. Right to that bar arm wrist ride. He's got that seatbelt grip. Stand behind the elbows, running his spiral ride. He wants to put that leg in, doesn't he, Phil?
He does. I know he's done some leg trade there.
He did it exactly like you're supposed to. Putting that leg in. Now he's going for his Turk. Blackwell doing a good job on bottom. These Blackwell high school kids are very good with legs on top.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sure he's seen this before and he knows what to do defensively.
Yeah.
And that's where Aiden's getting into trouble here. He's just on the beginning of running legs.
He's
and
learning.
This is what makes them so dangerous. If you don't totally know what you're doing, they'll get you in trouble.
Correct.
And it looks like the Maroon kid here does know what to do to defend that. Now Aiden did a good job not giving up 2, but just giving up the 1.
I like him, though, throwing those legs. I mean, it's all about steps, right? You practice it, you drill it, then you can start using it.
Yes.
It's a continuum.
Nice
but that's good.
Single leg takedown.
Yeah,
used
very
his
good.
length, stayed in good position. Earlier in the season, Aiden would have fell on his hip there and not finished that.
Yep.
Stayed on his base. There's his dad, Andrew Harden. Andrew stepping in to help out today. Nice outside single, a very basic move that you will see used in the national finals,
Correct.
Division I.
Correct.
And Aiden getting right to it, did a nice job finishing. Seabell right here for Trayton Bryant on top. He's going to try to roll through and get this tilt. He can also go the other way, but it looks like he's trying to do this roll through side. And he gets it picked up. No near fall yet, but did a good job rolling through there. He used his length to roll it over.
Correct.
Aiden used his length to get out. Leverage versus leverage here.
Fun stuff.
Both these athletes are similar build.
There you go.
Very tall for the weight. Look how he got his leg back.
Yeah.
He got his hip down.
Looking for that crossface.
Things he wasn't doing earlier in the season, he's now doing.
And they're coming naturally.
Yes.
There you go. Got to get that leg.
Got himself in a pickle here.
There you go.
Trayton Branton reaches back. He's going to try to spin out here and get a short carry dump. But Aiden Hard now got a leg in And he's on top. He should have, if he can get his arm out, he'll get 2. But now Trayton, again, doing a good job defending legs. Aiden was in. There it is. Good job. Made an adjustment on that leg. Put pressure on that leg. Right on a good crossface.
I tell you, this is a kid, I know I've said this every time. This is a kid that's got a real promising future.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's outstanding. We'll get those 3 back.
Working on this Turk. If he can get him belly down, he'll start working on the half too. This is what he's been working on, is a half and a Turk from the legs. Keeping it simple, but again, things he's practicing. He's now he's trying to make this. See, he grabs the leg here, and it splits him. It splits him, so now he's got to make an adjustment on bottom. Either his legs get ripped apart, or he lets go and goes to his belly. You know, it kind of he forced him to make a decision.
The progress Aiden's made just in the last 6 weeks is really noticeable.
Stands up, turns in, gets the hips back, gets heavy. Doing a good job of holding the ankles, which makes it very hard for Trayton to move. Staying out front here. Trayton tries to scramble. Trayton goes to his butt there to scramble. Aiden doesn't roll with him. He stays in good position and catches him.
A lot of discipline there. Man, this is a heck of a good match for Aiden.
Absolutely. He's wrestling solid. Again, against a freshman and wrestling well.
Right.
You know, obviously 2 newer wrestlers.
Yeah.
But Aiden definitely getting the best of it.
Yeah, no doubt.
And hats off to Trayton. Trayton's making this a match. He's doing well on bottom, getting Aiden in trouble, and he's got him in trouble now.
Yeah, he does.
You know, Aiden scored once with legs, and twice Trayton Bryant has scored from Aiden's legs.
Correct.
So clearly has worked from that position.
Yeah. This is what I like about Aiden. He competes.
Gets right back to his feet. Down under 15 seconds, third period. 11-7. Aiden Harden looks like he's going to run away with the victory here over Trayton Bryant of Blackwell. Crossface. Gets 2 more points.
There you go.
And
Great
Andrew,
job.
as nervous as he is happy.
Yeah. He doesn't know whether to clap or cry. No, he had the coaching face on, looking good over there. Good job. Good win for Aiden Harden.
Very good win. He did a nice job there. Seen a lot of progress in Aiden Harden.
Fun
Hats
to see.
off to Trayton Bryant staying in that match and making it fun.
Yeah.
A promising young 140-pounder here, Elijah Jones for the Blue Jays. Brand new to wrestling.
Athletic.
And the best double leg on the team.
Height right there.
As we see it.
There you go. Way to draw that up, Sean.
I had to get to it quick, Phil, because we knew we were going to see it.
Yeah, didn't.
Answers right back, is riding short.
Yeah.
Did a great job defending that. In as deep as you can get, lifts him, and still somehow gets his hips back.
Yeah.
Gets on top, and now going to work here.
Got himself in a bad situation here.
Riding short, definitely experienced.
Yeah.
Did a nice job fighting off that double leg. Elijah Jones, like say, as new as he is, very, very good double leg. The few things he does are explosive and big.
It's all experience right there.
Absolutely.
Just got to have the mat time, get some experience. Very explosive athlete.
Looking now, 155 pounds. I believe this is going to be a forfeit, but it looks like they're putting somebody out there. I'm not sure who this is at 155. I know our wrestler is Trevor Graves for the Blue Jays. Not sure who is wrestling at 155. Our sheet does not have a wrestler. Looks like it's a mismatch here.
Yeah, something's.
Yes, I think Trevor Graves is going to take the forfeit at 155. And then Cooper Ward is the wrestler out there who is at 170. Now, normally Wyatt Silvas would be wrestling at 170, but Wyatt pulled down to 157 pounds for the high school.
I was going to say, there's a significant difference out there.
6 more points for the Blue Jays. Now we're going to compete 170 pounds.
Yeah.
And Tate Simmons, I believe, is back there getting ready. So Wyatt Silvas has been wrestling. He's a freshman. He's been wrestling for the Blue Jays on the junior high team.
Yeah.
Pulled down to 157 pounds, trying to make varsity there.
Wrestle with big brother?
Get to wrestle with his big brother. And so he's not wrestling for the junior high tonight. I don't think we'll see him wrestle for the high school tonight either, but they are going to take him to the tournament this weekend in Carl Albert.
He was ready to eat, though, when I saw him about 5 o'clock.
He was hungry, and he was thirsty, and he's going to get a little bit to eat tonight. They got a little bit of a weight allowance for the tournament on Friday. I guess they go tomorrow.
Yeah.
But Tate Simmons, I believe, is getting ready. Tate, longtime wrestler, has been out all year hurt and is finally making his way back. And so he hasn't been back but a couple of days, but they're going to roll him out here and try to get him some mat time. So Tate Simmons weighed in at 152 pounds. He's going to be giving up quite a bit of weight, but he's going against Cooper Ward for the Maroons. Cooper Ward, an 8th grader. So Guthrie's got a freshman out there versus an 8th grader. Perhaps the size gap will make up for the age gap, and will get us a good match here. Tate trying to snake. Needs to get around behind. Cooper Ward did a nice job staying on his knees, but Tate Simmons picks up 2. Tate has been wrestling since youth league, and believe it or not, Phil, was normally a heavyweight or a light heavyweight.
You guys were talking about that earlier,
And then a little thing called puberty, and now Tate is tall and lean. He's always been athletic. That has always been his.
Good-looking kid. I mean, good athletic-looking young man.
Yes, as a big boy, he moves so good.
Really does.
And so now, now at 150 pounds, he's long, he's lean, he's athletic. There's a bright future in wrestling for him. I know baseball's his number 1 sport, but we will happily take him in wrestling whenever he wants to put those shoes on. Hard-working kid, good kid, great family, coachable, everything you want to see in a wrestler, Tate's got. Nice pickup pin here for Tate Simmons at 170 pounds. Phil, Bluejays out ahead, 39-27. Nice replay here. Gets on the half, bar arm half, runs it like you're supposed to.
Boy,
Cooper Ward fighting hard off bottom, but Tate
did a
able
nice
to pick up
job
the fall.
staying chest on chest. Did a good job there.
Up next, 195 pounds, Trevor. Looks like Taven Perkins. Tavin or Taven? Probably Taven Perkins versus Bryce Dennis. 2 freshmen battling it out here. Nice shot there by Bryce. Comes up short. Taven with some heavy hips. Able to pick up the 2. Bryce right back to his feet. Big half here. Taven able to grab this half because Bryce reached back for the head, which set him up into this half position. He's doing a good job of fighting here, but kind of walked into it. Taven was happy to take that half. Now Bryce finds himself in quite the pickle.
Yeah, bad situation. A lot of time. Taven Perkins with the fall for the Maroons.
Picking up another 6 points. 6 more points for the Maroons. Going to bump that dual score 39-33 as we come into Sir William Morgan for the Blue Jays, taking on Matthew Yinger of the Maroons. Looks like we got a little bit of size on him, Phil. 235 versus 223. We got about 10 pounds. I'm sure Sir William will be happy with that. He's normally the undersized heavyweight out there. Tonight he's got a little advantage.
So this is how this feels.
Wrestled on Tuesday night in a triple overtime match. Was a lot of fun. One of the funnest matches of the night for the junior high. Came up a little short. Was on bottom and couldn't get out in the sudden victory time and lost the match. But got him a takedown and got him an escape and You know, for a new young wrestler, it was fun to see him. You know, I always tell the young parents that if we can get 3 periods, that's how we get better. But if we can get overtime, that is bonus mat time. And Sir William definitely got some bonus mat time. You know what got him the takedown on Tuesday night? He was banging the head down, and then he got a pass by. He got the guy hanging heavy, got him hanging heavy on his head because he was snapping him, and he's able to pass it by. So I don't know if that's something he'll go for tonight, but he sure was slick when he did it.
That's good.
He's got some heavy wrist control here, trying to set up a shot to that right side knee of Matthew Yinger. Yinger in there hand fighting hard.
Big kids out there battling. Comes down to this here. Get a tie, right? Yeah.
33-39. Yeah, the Sir William wins. It's a win for the Blue Jays. And Matthew Yinger is going to have to pick up a fall for his Maroons in order to tie the duel. Under 10 seconds here in the first period. Probably going to end here on our feet. Neither guy really committed to anything underneath. I would say both guys playing it smart there.
Yeah, just down.
Choice is going to go to Guthrie. Sir William going to pick bottom. Deep breath by Sir Will. Matthew Yinger looks as fresh as he did when he walked out there. Tripod here, going to try to stand up to his feet. Yinger staying heavy on that hip. Sir Will to his feet now, got hand control, gets away and gets one.
That's a big point to get right there in this match. Not a lot of action so far.
You know, Phil Yinger standing up so tall.
Really is.
Because Sir Will keeps pulling his head down. But he's also not quite committed to his shot yet either. There's that pass by we saw on Tuesday night. More of a Greco-style looking match here tonight.
Yeah.
Understandably, that
happens sometimes. You get in the big boy classes.
Yeah, you get used to shooting and getting smashed under there. Right. You want to make sure you've got a good shot. Sir Will's trying to take standing shots, which is a good idea. Stay on your feet. Don't get caught underneath there. You know, as they get better, there's a nice double leg. Sir Will with a big double leg there. Kind of paid dividends. He kept pulling the head and pulling the head and pulling the head. Finally got the timing down for that double leg.
Not a lot of time left to make something. He's going to try to walk some around here, but under 10 seconds left now.
Yinger now looking to seem a little stuck down there on bottom. You know, into the first period, I thought Sir Will looked tired, and now I think Yinger is wearing down a little bit.
Good job. Good takedown there, Sir William.
Was able to catch both of those knees. Yinger's hips got behind his feet. Was forced to go to his belly, otherwise he's going to go to his back. He kind of bailed out appropriately there. I believe was it Yinger's choice, Phil?
I think it
was.
I
believe he chose top.
Yeah.
Perhaps the coaches felt that he had a better chance to score here, and they might be right. He's got a half on the far side. Yeah. Power half. Sir Will's going to have to get to his base and get back to his feet.
He's got to get. You got to continue to wrestle.
Absolutely. And this is where he lost that match. You know, on Tuesday night, he was able to get off bottom in the second, but then in the overtime is where he got rode out, and we're kind of in a similar situation here. I thought Yinger was wearing, but now Yinger.
It's been kind of back and forth.
A little momentum shift here.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, Sir Will is going to be content to lay here. Got warned for stalling. If he gets hit again, he'll lose a point.
Yeah, Sir William's got to get up.
He needs to get to his knees and start working to his feet.
Show that he's trying to get there.
For sure. You know, Matthew Yinger, I think he's going to try to make this a match.
Yeah.
Running bar arms. He about had a half earlier. Sir Will's battling now, getting to his base. That's what he needs to do. Come all the way up. Yinger puts him right back on his belly. Look for him to go for something here. Got another stalling calling for Sir William Morgan. It's going to cost him a point, and I believe he's just going to take that.
Yeah.
Because he can't stall out before this match runs out of time. Sir William Morgan going to pick up the win for the junior high, and the Guthrie Junior High is going to be victorious over the Blackwell Maroons. They're going to win this duel 42-33. A big win for the Guthrie Bluejays.
Good win for the junior high squad. A lot coming up, Sean. A lot coming up. Going to have some homecoming celebrations, and you got a senior that's out there.
Yeah,
right, homecoming, and
that'll be fun.
That'll be good.
Phil, why don't we take a short break before we come back for our post-game show with Generations Church? Let's take a quick timeout. Brought to you by F&M Bank.
Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026.
Exxon was founded by 2 combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
All right, folks. Sean Silvas here, live inside of the Guthrie High School Gymnasium alongside Phil Nichols. Phil, we just finished up the junior high duel. Guthrie Bluejays pulled a little bit of an upset here over the Blackwell Maroons with some, now Blackwell open at a lot of weights. We got a lot of we got a lot of extras here, but going to highlight here Caden Hall with a nice takedown go behind. We end up seeing him finish up this match with a pin out of that cradle. Ryan Gerard, very promising. Nice little match here with Kyler Wilder, a fun one, went 3 periods. Kyler got the match tied back up and eventually fell to a takedown in overtime, but made that a fun match. Maroons get back with a couple of stud athletes, but the Blue Jays made a fun match here. Aiden Harden.
Boy, I tell you, he had a heck of a good match.
Did a great job here. Was running legs, hits a nice single leg, gets himself a good takedown here. Really won that match on position. He kept getting himself in good position, and in the scrambles kept coming out on top. Very impressed with Aiden Harden. Tate Simmons picks up a big win as well. Big fall. You know, for basically 90% of the season off, Tate Simmons walks right in.
Looked great.
Picks up a big fall.
Looked great. Then the big boys.
And then Sir William Morgan to win the duel picks it up. So, going back to Ryan Gerard, a 6th grader, second-year wrestler, gets out there against another young wrestler, but did a great job. And looked good. We talked about these 6th graders, prior to the duel, how they're just eager to step in and get mat time. They're wrestling with the Little League practices. They're going to the Little League tournaments. And then on the flip side, they're stepping in the junior high lineup when they can. If they can go to the junior high tournaments, they're going. Just trying to improve anywhere they can. There's a handful of kids like this, Phil, that are going to be, they're excited to be wrestling.
And doing those things is what's going to lead them to having a great, successful high school career. I mean, you got to take your lumps. This is a sport where you got to be willing to take your lumps. I mean, this isn't you're not guaranteed anything out there. The truth is you can be a superior natural athlete, but until you have match time, you're going to take your lumps.
Yes.
I mean, you're going to get beat.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just part of it. And I think that's one of the many things that makes wrestling so unique.
Yeah. You just getting out there, sometimes you get a buzzsaw, sometimes you are the buzzsaw, and sometimes you get in a good matchup.
That's right.
And that is what Ryan Gerard gets out there to do. Now, Aiden Harden picks up a big win. We talked about him, and just, he's starting to run legs. He's getting takedowns now, nice outside single. Just a very, very good job. And then, we talked about Tate Simmons hopping in here, picking up a big win, and then Sir William comes down to the last heavyweight matchup.
Big boys.
And Sir William gets him a double-leg takedown to win that match. So that was nice to see.
It's nice to see a 42-33 victory for the Junior Jays. Great job there.
Very nice. This postgame show was brought to you by Generations Church. Phil, let's take one more time out before we start these homecoming festivities. Brought to you by F&M Bank.
When garage door problems occur, don't call a kind of service company or maybe a repair guy. Call Paul Creed at A-Team Overhead Door. Paul owns and operates his company and has over 15 years of experience in residential and commercial overhead door service. Paul provides all garage door services from repairs to installations. With free estimates, Paul will work with you to decide the best possible solution for your garage door or opener problems. Call A-Team Overhead Door today, 405-642-7065. At South Point Baptist Church, we want you to cheer loud and be proud as we send the Blue Jays to victory. Afterwards, join us each Sunday in our friendly family atmosphere. South Point invites you, your family, and friends to join us each week with Sunday school beginning at 10 a.m. and our morning service at 11 a.m. South Point wishes all students this season to make fun and exciting memories not only on the playing field, but in the classroom as well. And as always, go Blue Jays.
Welcome back. Blue Jays Junior High wrapping up their duel against the Blackwell Maroons. Blue Jays coming out on top 42-33 in the duel. Got some homecoming activities getting ready to crank up here, Sean. Should be entertaining. Get the kids get some recognition. It's a big night for the seniors. Then we'll roll right into that high school duel between the Blackwell Maroons and the Guthrie Bluejays.
Yeah, feel this homecoming time. You know, it was last week when we were here with senior night.
Yeah.
And now we've got homecoming the following week. It's, senior night was a good time. They facing off against El Reno, getting the first victory against them, big win. Yeah. Turning right around. We only had 3 home duels this season, the way it fell on the calendar, unfortunately. Coach, I don't. The wrestlers are only allowed so many points.
Correct.
So they can't compete every week all the time. And so the coaches have to decide, is it better for the development of our wrestlers to wrestle duels and get one match and burn a point, or can they wrestle a tournament and burn 1 point? Well, in a tournament, they can get 5 or 6 matches,
right.
And it costs them 2 points, but a duel's going to burn them a point. So the way the point system works out, we're required to do a certain amount of duels, conference duels, things like that, so we have the duel record. We want to see some of these 5A teams. So there's times when we need to see these duels. There's also times when these guys don't need to be wrestling all week.
Correct.
So the duel, it's a fresh, get it one and done. They can have harder practices that week. So coach is trying to juggle those points and get the best he can, and the way it fell on the schedule this year, not able to have as many home duels.
And you made a key point too. You got to rest your body too, especially coming to this time of the season. You got to stay healthy, stay fresh as you can.
Yeah,
a lot going on coming off the holiday season and all that entails.
I would expect to see some fatigue from these boys. They had this January schedule. I have not seen a harder schedule in wrestling in 40 years.
Wow.
So I grew up wrestling through high school, through college even, and you're talking 2 or 3 weeks in a row where there's 2 duels and a 2-day tournament.
Crazy.
And then trying to juggle practice in the middle, and it's experience happens out on the mat, but you can't fix anything in a live scenario. You got to go back and practice and get that fixed. And so coach is trying to give them their hardest outs before the state tournament. Give them their hardest matches before the state tournament. Give them their hardest scenarios before the state tournament. So when they get in those situations at the state tournament, been there, done that. This is a Tuesday.
It's easy
for a Guthrie wrestler. That's the strategy here. So last week was a rough week. This week is an even rougher week. And then next week they're going to wrestle the team duels on Tuesday and have the rest of the week to kind of recoup and get ready for another big Yukon tournament that following weekend. So this dual schedule is tough. Like say Tuesday and then turn around again on Thursday. But like say last home duel, but we still have a couple more duels to go on the road as well. So if you're tuning in on this GMP network, just know we've got another duel here in a couple of weeks. Actually, next Tuesday night, we'll be live in Sapulpa.
Wrestling's
going to start at noon, so if you're at work, can't make it up, tune in to GMP Network. We will get all that stuff posted so you'll know where to go. But we're going to be live down there watching. We should have 3 duels in that dual tournament. If we win that regional tournament, we'll be able to go to dual state.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're probably going to have to knock off Sapulpa to do that. But beginning of the year, I would say that's a tall order. But we've already knocked off number 4 and number 9.
We've proven we can do it.
So this dual team, I think, better than what was expected at the beginning of the year. Coach Davenport does such a good job of recognizing he thought we were going to be better than I thought we were going to be, and he has proven to be correct. So I think, we're going to go into that dual tournament on Tuesday. I don't think there's anything shy of them thinking they're going to win that thing, and Coach is going to do what he can. I know we set a few wrestlers on Tuesday. We're going to set a few wrestlers tonight, trying to get everybody healthy going into that tournament.
Yeah, because there are some kids that are beat up. And
for sure.
And they just need to rest their bodies.
Yeah, well, I mean, we talk about the competition out here on the mat, but inside that room.
Oh, that's where the beatings take place.
These wrestlers that are state placers, well, they're wrestling each other every day.
Yeah,
and
beating the tar out of each other.
These freshmen that are becoming competitive on varsity, they're wrestling each other every day. And then not to mention, we have 3 coaches. We have a little guy, a middle guy, and a big guy, all college athletes in the sport of wrestling in the room to push these guys as well. So they're stepping in to you're having a little bit too much success. Well, why don't you go match with me?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and beat you down a little bit.
So the wars that are being fought in the gym are as much or more so than these wars being fought out here.
Yeah.
So these guys are really chiseling each other away. The old saying, iron sharpening iron. Well, trying to build that culture here in Guthrie where we have the tools to sharpen that iron.
Right.
So, but anyway, homecoming festivities should be headed. Okay. Yeah, here in a few moments, looks like they're picking up the mic, and they're going to start the homecoming festivities. So, Phil, why don't we check out here? We'll step aside, let them do that, and we will be back after that to do the pregame show that will be brought to you by Bank First. We'll do a pregame for the high school, and then we will be back. We'll be back shortly.
Y'all ready? Not yet. I think right now we're getting everybody sit right. We're ready. Let's go. There we go. Take your left spine off. Ready, back up.
Hello, and welcome to the 2024 Wrestling Homecoming Coronation. Your freshman attendant is Miss Megan Mefford. She is the daughter of Johnny and Carrie Mefford. If she could visit any planet, it would be Pluto, so she can tell it nice things and make it feel like a real planet.
Her escort is Mr. Clayton Perry. He is the son of James and Stacy Perry. If he could visit any planet, it would be Saturn because it is really big and has cool rings. Ladies and gentlemen, your freshman attendant, Miss Megan Mefford, and her escort, Mr. Clayton Perry.
Your sophomore attendant is Miss Isla Mae Smith. She is the daughter of Denise Smith. If she could visit any planet, it would be Saturn, so she could put a ring on.
Her escort is Mr. Luke Lyons. He is the son of Trace and Callie Lyons. If he could visit any planet, it would be Mars, so he can ride the rovers. Ladies and gentlemen, your sophomore attendant, Miss Isla Mae Smith, and her escort, Mr. Luke Lyons.
Your junior attendant is Miss Anastasia Gibson. She is the daughter of Dustin and Victoria Gibson. If she could visit any planet, it would be Saturn, because she wants to see all 62 moons.
Her escort is Mr. Dax Lopez. He is the son of Ryan and Kelly Lopez. If he could visit any planet, it would be Mars to see if humans are able to live there. Ladies and gentlemen, your junior attendant, Miss Anastasia Gibson, and her escort, Mr. Dax Lopez.
daughter of Patrick and Lisa.
Her escorts are Mr. Colby Wilder and Mr. Robert Brown. Colby is the son of Chris and Keisha Wilder. If he could visit any planet, it would be Mars because it is the most livable besides Earth. Robert is the son of Alicia Watkins and Robert Brown III. If he could visit any planet, it would be Uranus because it's a good solid color, green, and it rotates on its side. Ladies and gentlemen, your senior attendant is Clarabelle Kirk and her escorts Mr. Colby Wilder and Mr. Robert Brown.
Your senior attendant is Miss Claire Short. She is the daughter of Bernard and Krista Short. If she could visit any planet, she would visit the moon to see if it's made of cheese.
Her escorts are Mr. Wesley Silvas and Mr. Michael Nunez. Wesley is the son of Sean and Lindsay Silvas. If he could visit any planet, it would be Mars, so making weight would be easier. Michael is the son of Guero Paulino and Daisy Torres. If he could visit any planet, it would be Neptune because of how blue it is. Ladies and gentlemen, your senior attendant is Claire Short and her escorts Mr. Wesley Silvas and Mr. Michael Nunez. Please pose for a picture.
Standing in the middle.
Your senior attendant is Miss Kendall Carey. She is the daughter of James and Stacy Carey. If she could visit any planet, it would be Neptune, so she could get rich from the diamond ring.
Her escorts are Mr. Eli Maroney and Mr. Tyler Gettings. Eli is the son of Joe and Rebecca Maroney. If he could visit any planet, it would be Pluto, so leg days are easier. Tyler is the son of Jessica Gettings. If he could visit any planet, it would be the moon, so he could jump high. Ladies and gentlemen, your senior attendant, Ms. Kendall Carey, and her escorts, Mr. Eli Maroney and Mr. Tyler Gettings.
Your flower girl is Miss Kinsley Painter. She is the daughter of Cody and Candace Painter. Her favorite planet is Earth because she gets to be here with her family. And her second favorite planet is Pluto because it's small, like Earth.
Your ring bearer is Mr. William Wilder. He is the son of Chris and Keisha Wilder. If he could visit any planet, it would be Saturn because he wants to run around the ring.
Your returning queen is Miss Kalia Kirk. She is the daughter of Patrick and Lisa Kirk. If she could visit any planet, it would be Earth because everyone she loves is here.
Their escort is Mr. Nick Harrington. He is the grandson of Doris Harrington. If he could visit any planet, it would be Mars, so he could have a better view of the stars. Ladies and gentlemen, your flower girl, Miss Kinsley Painter, your crown bearer, Mr. William Wilder, your returning queen, Miss Kalia Kirk, and their escort, Mr. Nick Harrington. Your 2024 Wrestling Homecoming Queen is Miss Clarabelle Kirk.
Go to the middle. Go to the middle. Go to the middle. Go to the middle. Go to the middle.
On you, Lance, yes, you're on.
Put the crown on her.
Come down a little bit, Pruitt. There we go. We're going to put the crown on her. This might be a good shot for Lance. Oh, that's a good shot. On you, Lance. Going back to Pruitt here in a second. On Pruitt. Then Pruitt, they're going to take that photo all together. We'll stay on that for a second.
All right. Floor's open. Floor's open for pictures.
Congratulations. The floor is now open for pictures.
Slowly come out. You can do what you've done. Good job, guys. Right. See you guys next year.
Once it's clear, they're ready.
The guy gave me my class in my office, so I just do this. I don't wear it for public. I don't wear these for public. Sorry.
Can I go ahead? F&M Bank loves giving back to the communities we live and serve in. Banking with us ensures your money goes back into your community. Our goal is to provide you with reliable banking you can trust, delivered with unique passion for service. F&M Bank has all the modern banking services: mobile banking, lending, reward checking, electronic checking, and more. We invite you to come see us at any of our 8 locations. Come see what relationship banking is all about. F&M Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paper boy, evening TV. You miss your old familiar friends, but waiting just around the bend. You're lost out there and you're all alone. A light is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look.
State-of-the-art design center, Ideal Homes and Neighborhoods is able to make your home a true reflection of your style and personality. If you're looking for a new home, give Ideal Homes and Neighborhoods a call at 405-689-5443. That's 405-689-5443. Or go to the website at idealhomes.com. That's idealhomes.com. Thank you, Ideal Homes and Neighborhoods, for supporting our Guthrie customers.
Lance, be back. Lance! My camera's down here. Hey, Phil.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this duel started. Up first at 106 pounds for Blackwell, Jackson Brown. For your Blue Jays, Aiden Smith. At 113 pounds for Blackwell, London Wolf. For your Blue Jays, Kaden Herendeen. At 120 pounds for Blackwell, Gage Beckett. And for the Blue Jays, Matt Shires. At 126 pounds for Blackwell, Madden Edgar. For the Blue Jays, Dax Lopez. At 132 pounds for Blackwell, Peyton Head or Saban Batten. For the Blue Jays, Luke Lyon. At 138 pounds for Blackwell, Laker Ingram. For the Blue Jays, Layton Carey. At 144 pounds for Blackwell, Caden Jurgens or Grant Rowe. And for the Blue Jays, Colby Wilder. At 150 pounds for Blackwell, Andrew Young. For the Blue Jays, Roston Hasselton or Rowan McCone. At 157 for Blackwell, Kelly Ingram or Lane Cooper. Guthrie is open. At 160 pounds for Blackwell, Lawson Lusk. And for the Blue Jays, Bryson Hall. At 170 pounds, Blackwell is open. For the Blue Jays, Tyler Getty. At 190 pounds, for Blackwell, Jason Osgood. For the Blue Jays, Wesley Silvers. At 215 pounds, for Blackwell, Cruz Goff or Stoney Hudson. For the Blue Jays, Eli Mulroney or Tyler Powell. At 285 pounds, Blackwell is open. For your Blue Jays, Nick Herendeen. Guthrie Bluejays coach by Shaden Davenport. Blackwell coach Connor Klein.
All right, Phil, we are live inside the Guthrie High School Gymnasium. Quick shotgun start.
Yeah, man, we're ready to roll.
We were going to try to come back and do a pregame show, but Coach said let's get this show on the road.
Other ideas.
So
boy, some good wrestlers here tonight.
Senior Jackson Brown for Blackwell. Going to be taking on freshman Aiden Smith. Aiden Smith really has turned it on this year. Really kind of maturing into the role, down to 106 for the second time. Been wrestling up at 120, 113, trying to get his weight down. Tall order tonight against a veteran.
Jackson, one of those state placers.
Yeah, 3A state placer. This kid's no stranger to wrestling. One of the ones that Blackwell counts on to get big points.
Yep.
Like we were talking earlier in the post-game show that, this is one of those ones where we see where we're at and see where we need to get to.
Yeah.
Out front quick and early here, 6-2 for Jackson Brown. Getting heavy on that half now. Aiden's posting his outside leg. He needs to bring his other leg up underneath so he can sit up. Doing a good job fighting here. Jackson Brown grinding on top hard.
Really is. See that experience of Brown. Yeah.
Catching a cradle heel. Doesn't look like it's going to be a pinning combo. Aiden doing a good job keeping his inside arm up, but more near fall for sure. Now, if he makes some adjustments, it can always turn in, but he's broke the grip. It looks like Aiden's going to get back to his belly. Off to a quick start here with 30 seconds to go. Jackson Brown up 9-2. Heavy on this spiral ride out on the bar arm half. Years past, Blackwell was so good on top running legs, and last year they put this new wrinkle in running bar arms and halves and chicken wings, and so just adding to an arsenal that was already pretty deadly.
Pretty full.
Yeah.
Good job by the freshman here for the Blue Jays battling, though.
Yeah, for sure. Aiden, he wrestled when he's young, took some time off, got back into junior high a little bit, but this year really maturing into this varsity role. I like him at 106 pounds. He's built for this size.
Yeah.
They get the clock reset here. 2 minutes to go now. Second period. Aiden Smith of the Blue Jays trailing Jackson Brown. Give a shout out to Charlotte Chappell watching us at home.
Miss Charlotte. I don't think she's watching us from home, is she?
Well, she's watching us. She might be in the stands.
Watching from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico.
She's not here, Phil.
She's not messing around.
Larry Busby joins us again. I don't think he's missed a broadcast yet.
Not football, not wrestling. Larry's all in on high school sports. Appreciate that, Larry.
Trying a big throw here, Jackson Brown, but Aiden Smith did a good job shutting that down. But back in on that short carry, scored with it early. Comes right back to it.
A lot of time here in the second period.
You know, Phil Brown does a nice job transition and just keeps a lot of pressure, takes what he can get. A lot of feel to that wrestler. You think about a threat, Phil, a senior at 106 pounds.
That's you don't see that.
No.
You just don't see that.
That is a weapon for sure for Blackwell.
No doubt.
And clearly this senior can wrestle.
Yeah.
Trying to hang on here. 35 seconds is a long time to fight off your back when you've already been there for 35. So, you know, Aiden's trying hard to keep his shoulders off the mat, not give up the fall. He's done a nice job here fighting back and forth. Not going to lay down without a fight.
I love it.
Still 20 seconds to go. That inside shoulder finally got it down. Jackson Brown had to work for that one.
Good effort. Good effort. Jackson Brown, very accomplished wrestler. As you talked about, have a senior 106. That's just unheard of.
113 pounds here. We've got junior Loudon Wolf, state placer for Blackwell.
Yeah.
Going to be taking on 5A state champion Caden Herendeen.
Should be a good one. Should be a good match.
Maroons jump out to a 6-point lead. You know, bonuses are going to be such a big deal. We always talk about it, but in a duel that's going to be an uphill climb anyway, those bonus wins are going to really help Blackwell run away with it. So Guthrie's got to do I think Coach is hoping to see these matches be competitive, so it doesn't run up so high.
And that's what you do want to see, right? I mean, now this match here should be a very competitive match. State placer against state champion. Should be a good match.
Yeah, and you know, on paper, Caden Herendeen should pick up, should be the one that wins this match, but I guarantee you Loudon Wolf wants to see where he stands.
Yeah, wrestling's not done on paper.
Yeah, that wrestling math, you know, this kid's going to go see what he can do.
Yeah.
I expect this to be a barn burner. Either guy is going to win this match. This will be a competitive one.
Should be a good one.
It's one I've got circled on my score sheet here.
Of course, Caden's really caught his stride. Just was OW at the Cushing tournament this past weekend. You know,
I said it on Tuesday night, but he has looked in the last 3 weeks better than he did at the state tournament last year.
Yeah.
You know, can that continue, this tough schedule they're running through, you know? Is he going to be sharp? But hopefully able to pick this up.
Yeah, had a slow start to the season. Well, that slow start, part of that was contributed to that young freshman from Mustang. He's going to make a lot of people have a slow start.
Yes.
He's a pretty special kid. I can't remember the young man's name, but I'll tell you, he's special.
Yeah, unfortunately, he was fun to watch.
Yeah, he really was.
You know, Phil, I turned around, took a quick peek back here. Homecoming night, we got quite a crowd.
Got a great crowd this evening.
It has trickled over to the Blackwell side. We've got half of those bleachers full of our people because there's nowhere to sit behind us.
Yeah.
2 points on the edge here for Caden Herendeen, showing off that speed. Such a weapon.
So quick.
You know, Caden's so...
Got a great crowd. Talk about that crowd here. It's good to see.
Caden's so quick on his offense, and then if you try to attack him, his defensive scores are so fast as well. We talk about that experience. Loudon Wolf comes right to his feet. You know, he's not going to lay on bottom and let Caden start turning him. He's going to get to his feet as a competitor and go try to get him another takedown.
Yeah, this is shaping up to be a really, really good one.
20 seconds to go here in the first period. You know, if Wolf gets out, he's going to, keep this match 1 point. Far from over. I expect him to be a hammer on top.
Oh, yeah. You can see it.
Having trouble here getting out. You know, Caden's holding on here on top. He's got to watch he doesn't get a stall call. This close to the end of the period is not going to happen, but moving forward, he's going to have to advance there, or he's going to get dinged for stalling. Blackwell's choice. They are going to choose bottom. Nearly got out there.
Yeah.
Caden has looked a lot better on top with a lot of his tilts and whatnot, but, Loudon Wolf going to be a lot harder to turn in that way, especially as often as he came to his feet.
Right.
In on a nice single leg
he's
here.
In there.
Nice single leg. Loudon's going to have to finish this. Caden's holding on to his shin whizzer hard, but when Loudon gets his arm out, he's going to fall straight to his shoulder. Opting to grab the bottom leg now to get a scramble. Herndon puts him back on his hip. Caden will be happy to get a stalemate here.
Yeah, good job by Caden.
If Loudon is able to advance, Caden might try to roll underneath, which would put him at risk for near fall, but that's what these scrambles do. Not two yet. Referee gave it anyway. Should not have been two. He had the inside Granby roll there. Little benefit goes Loudon Wolf's way. Was able to get the takedown. So each guy with a takedown and an escape. It's a tied match with under a minute to go in the second period.
Kind of what we expected. We thought this would be a good one. A lot of times these matches come down to conditioning.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you get both very skilled kids.
But one thing you rarely see with these little guys is shape being an issue.
Correct.
But as active as they've been and as much as they've scored, it could become a factor. Nice go behind by Caden Herndon. Picks up two more.
Yeah, good job there.
Loudon with a nice switch here.
Nice switch.
Herndon able to follow him out of bounds, but not going away is Loudon Wolf.
He came to wrestle.
You know, he takes a shot in the first.
Yep.
Herndon's able to go behind, takes a shot in the second, gets the leg and gets the takedown.
Yep.
Goes for it a third time. Caden back around. This is a guy that's confident in his offense.
Yeah, no doubt. Sean, we'll take a look here at this replay on the question.
Yeah, see, Herndon's got the leg underneath.
Correct.
And if you watch when he sits up here, I don't know if the replay is going to show it. When he sits up, this is a move that you score 5 with.
Yeah.
He had it hooked up. No control on top. Should not have been a 2-point call, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Referee got a little anxious there, encouraged by the Blackwell coaches for the two. If I'm the Blackwell coach, I'm screaming too.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
But you're not going to influence anyone with a closed mouth on the side, so coaches doing their part for sure. Head lever now on top. Phil, I told you I thought he might be a hammer on top.
He looks to be one.
Blackwell so good from the top position. You know, Herndon has been good on bottom all year except against that Mustang kid.
Yeah, exactly.
And had trouble getting out from him because he was a hammer on top. Blackwell, again, I've been nothing shy of impressed with him every year.
Yeah.
Bit of a rival. I hate seeing how good they are on top. But the wrestling fan in me really appreciates how quality they are up there. They do things right. They wrestle tough on top. They don't give up easy points, and they score points from the top position, and you're seeing it here.
Absolutely.
Loudon Wolf, hammer on top. Herndon, though, battling up to his feet, doing what he needs to do. You know, I say it every week, but if you are on bottom and you are on your feet, you can't get turned.
That's exactly right.
And so, you when you're on your knees, you want to be battling up so the guy's not able to hook things up. But when you get broke down to your belly, now's when you get a chance to get turned. And so Caden Herndon's doing a good job of just keep coming to his feet where at least he's not going to give up near fall.
Correct.
And, eventually, hopefully, get himself in a position where he can get out.
He's so explosive, too. I mean, you do feel like he keeps coming at this. There's a good opportunity for him to get an escape here, put an additional point distance between him with 1:09 left.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, Phil, staying underneath a guy as dangerous as Loudon Wolf is not a good idea.
No, it's just a bad idea, yeah.
You try to hang out down there and run out the clock, you're going to find yourself on your back. And in a 2-point match, that is not a good thing to be. So Caden's got to keep coming up like he is.
Yeah, no, he's doing what he needs to do.
The minute left, it's exhausting.
Yep.
But if he can continue to keep coming up, he can stay out of trouble. And, I mean, if Loudon Wolf keeps him on his belly, I feel he's dangerous.
Yeah, no doubt.
But this is a battle of two very high-level wrestlers in a high school setting. Such a good match.
See it right here.
I was hoping this would be a good one, and so far.
Oh, it has been.
Breakdown, he's got that bar arm. He's going to try to turn that into a chicken wing like he has right here. He's got a chicken wing now on the backside. Running that into a tilt. He's dangerous, Phil.
He's dangerous. That was good heads-up mat awareness there by Caden getting out.
Yeah. Wrestling out of bounds.
Great
Another
job.
fresh start so he can try to get back to his feet.
Yeah. 38 seconds left in the match.
As exhausting as this is for Caden, it's also very difficult on top to have to keep. It's hard to get to your feet, and it's equally as hard to return a guy.
Yeah.
And so these guys both just battling these positions.
Well, he is a hammer from top, though, boy.
You know, very few people would still be on top of Caden Herendeen after this many time on their feet.
He's got that.
Loudon's got this hooked up now.
Does.
He's got a chicken wing. We're under 15 seconds now. Stall warning on bottom. He's got the tilt. 1 count, not 2. You got to get a 2 count to get 2 points.
2 count.
Good call by the referee, but Loudon Wolf doing everything he can to get back in this match. Good job by Caden Herendeen.
0.1 left.
Good job by Caden Herendeen here. Knowing where he's at and knowing what he needs to do to win. But, man, hats off to Loudon Wolf
great
here.
Match.
Did such a good job. Making this a fun matchup. Got a takedown.
Yeah.
2 escapes.
Great match.
And Caden Herendeen picks up the win 5-3 over Loudon Wolf. Great matchup.
Yeah, great matchup. Great match. Didn't disappoint. We thought it would be what it turned out to be. Coming up next here, 120-pounders.
Next for your Blue Jays at 120 pounds, Matt Gyrus.
Matt going to be going up against a freshman.
Battle
of Blackwell.
Now, I have been corrected by Matt Gyrus on more than one occasion. I've been calling him a sophomore.
Okay.
Matt is a junior.
He's a junior.
So, Matt, if you watch this when you go home tonight, know that I got it right tonight.
Kid.
Matt is a junior. Still a young wrestler, though.
Yeah.
New to the sport, coming from jiu-jitsu, but ought to be a good matchup tonight. Trying to hook up the snake, which would be a big move for Blackwell here. Gauge back is for Blackwell. Scrambling to his feet. Matt Gyrus, Phil, got down to 120 pounds last Thursday, was his first time down, and looked great. And wrestled that weekend. I got to watch him wrestle. Nearly placed at the tournament. Was one match away, got banged up a little bit, but looked, I mean, just came to life in this last week or so. We've got to see him actually step into being a high school wrestler finally. You know, that maturity on the mat is starting to come through, and it's been fun to watch it kind of unfold in front of us.
And when you're in the right weight class for you,
yes,
it makes all the difference in the world. People look at it, they go, what's the difference between 6 pounds? Well, big.
It's a lot. You know, when you talk percentage of body weight, they set these weights because it's a percentage of body weight. As you get heavier, that percentage stays the same, but the amount goes up. So it does matter, and you'll see it in the size of these wrestlers when you have a mismatch. You'll see it, you know, we've got a couple kids that are going to be, they are down a weight, bumping up, and you'll see that weight size difference. Replay here. Matt Gyrus in on a single leg on the outside. Peeks around the corner, does a nice job. Big double leg here. Takes him right down to his back. Sometime in that sequence, Matt Gyrus got his nose busted up. But yeah, Phil, it has been, last year, the year before, I talked about a lot of jiu-jitsu things with Matt Jairus. This year, we're actually able to talk wrestling.
Yeah.
It's starting to translate, and he's making that transition. Now I don't know how this is translating to his jiu-jitsu because I know he loves doing that. He competes there a lot, but I can't think that it's doing anything but helping.
Yeah, it's got to be helping him, but.
Heads up move here, tries to grab the leg, but Gage Backus has the chicken wing on the far side. Now he's got the bar arm.
Gage just a freshman for Blackwell.
With short time to go, Gage Backus got himself in this match. It's 4-4. Choosing neutral here in the second period. Not sure what do we
have here?
Not sure why we stopped. I think the referee thought the coach was trying to stop something, but he was talking to someone on the other side of the mat. Backus going for something big here. Jairus trying to stay disciplined. Does a good job of getting behind. Now, Matt started running legs. He started putting in these legs. We've been talking a lot about it, trying to stay careful, not getting too high, doing things, and I expect to see him try that, but chose to let him go here. Feeling like he's getting takedowns pretty good. He's going to try again. Gage Backus is doing a good job staying in this match. Heavy hip here. Jairus goes the other way, turns a high crotch into a single. He's coming out the back door now. Backus with a heavy whizzer. Doesn't have his shin yet. He's holding that whizzer. Jairus is going to need to come up here. It's going to be a stalemate. He doesn't want to get a stalemate here. He wants to score. Transitioning around. There we go. Backus did a nice job just trying to lock that down, get that stalemate. Jairus, for whatever reason, not wanting to ride tonight. Maybe confident in his takedowns. Currently leading 8-6. And Gage Backus just not going away.
He's battling.
Jairus with a drag, trying to drag out and score two there. Backus hanging on heavy on that head. He's going to go around behind. And Phil, I think Matt Jairus is starting to fade a little bit.
Yeah.
Backus not taking advantage of it yet.
Yeah, he's looking at the clock. He's ready to.
Long week and a hard weight cut. Going to make it hard to perform at your optimal.
It's tough.
But that's not to say that Gage Backus isn't the reason why Matt Jairus is getting wore out either.
Correct.
He's doing a good job. Every takedown that Matt's got, he had to work for. And that work is starting to wear, it looks like. Now Jairus has been letting him go. We'll see if he tries to ride here. I wonder if maybe he was concerned of getting reversed.
It could be.
Backus has been pretty crafty down here on bottom with some good hand control. Maybe Jairus felt like he was going to get in trouble, so he let him go. But now I think Jairus is going to be happy to burn the clock as much as he can, and Backus staying in this match.
1 point match at this point.
I would be concerned Backus goes for something big here. He's nearly caught him a couple of times from feet to back, and with Jairus' feet getting heavy, his stance getting worn, he needs to get a big takedown here. But Backus just keeps coming.
Well, this has been a competitive match, Sean.
It definitely has. Each match we've watched tonight.
Yeah, they've all been good. Yeah. Oh, there you go.
High crotch attempt. Jairus saw it. Timing was right, and he hits that shot. He's just got to find a way to finish here, Phil. He stepped over.
There he
gets
got
the two. Now he needs to keep Backus on his belly. If he can do that, he can run the clock out here and do his thing. Backus needs to get to his knees because Jairus is getting a little heavy on his feet. Jairus got the leg in now. And Backus keeps grabbing hand control. I think that's what's giving Jairus fits. Lazy on a turkey, laying on that hip. Jairus has got to get back in the saddle and keep pressure on that hip. Forcing the legs now. Able to break him back down. Under 20 seconds. This is looking good for Matt Jairus. Backus unable to get to his knees.
A good win here for Matt.
Jairus going to hang on here and pick up 3 more points for the good guys. Going to adjust this dual score. 6-6.
Tell you what.
Blue Jays hanging with.
Yeah, absolutely. Competing, battling there.
Who is it?
We got it. Here we got Dax Lopez, Sean, coming up. Is that
Dax Lopez against Madden Edgar.
Edgar, another freshman for the for Blackwell.
Dax finally got down to his 126-pound weight class.
Desired weight.
We've seen him at 138, 132, now at 126. Wasn't sure where he was going to fall into the lineup this year. I don't think he knew. I don't think coaches knew. I think it was a feeling out process. Where does he fit best? Where's he going to compete the best? What's best for the team? All that. Making the sacrifice to get all the way down. Dax is wanting to medal at the state tournament, Phil.
That's a lot of. That's a big drop for that weight.
A big drop. You know, very lean here, very tall. You know, even at 132 pounds, he was in a lot of good situations to score, but was really, it kind of felt sticky.
Yeah.
Just not quite enough meat on his bones to move those bigger guys, having trouble getting off bottom, things like that. So coming down to 26, we've seen a lot of good things from Dax. He's able to score more. He's able to get out of more. He's getting caught less in bad situations. So I think he's found the spot that he's going to want to compete at.
Oh, nice ankle.
Again, he's going to be in a big match here with Madden Edgar. Freshman from Blackwell, is a wrestler and a tough kid.
Oh, yeah. Now, Dax is a junior, correct?
Yes, Dax is a junior. Junior against a freshman, like say Madden Edgar. This kid can wrestle.
Oh, yeah, you can see it.
Lopez
good job by Lopez there.
Back to his feet. Great transition there.
Very good.
We do that drill every week in practice. A guy stands up. If he's got your hands, drop to the double. Very nicely done there by Madden Edgar. Dax did a good job getting to his feet. He's just going to have to keep going here. He's going to have to keep coming up. Try to find a way to get one here at the end of the first would be huge. But Edgar, again, you see him drop down. But that time Dax had better hand control. Like I say, we had seen him get stuck on bottom so bad, but now he's able to get right to his feet and work. Dax has got a good offense. He's got to get on it. Edgar did a good job taking him down, already getting to his feet. But Dax on a reshot there. Phil, I think we're going to be in on another good match here.
Yeah, good to see the escape here by Dax. Build those hands.
Good job just getting hand control, keeping his hips away.
Yeah, this is going to be a good match.
Straight to his feet, Madden, quick stand up. Lopez with a lift. Back to hand control. Let's see if Lopez is going to have to drop to the legs here if he can, but 3-1 now.
Well, he's young freshman. He's impressing me.
Phil, we talked about it on the pregame show.
Nice pick.
But Blackwell can wrestle. Coaches over here in front of us on the Blackwell side encouraging Madden Edgar to get near fall here. Chain wrestling, they're saying. They want near fall. They know this is a big match and a big deal
match.
For the young wrestler.
Up 5-1 right now, really having his way.
It's a sign of a powerhouse program that they want more action. Good is fine, but they want more than good. Lopez now here in quite a predicament here on near fall. It's got to be at 45 before you get near fall. And there it is. He's going to pick up 3 more points here. Lopez now stuck on bottom.
Yeah.
With that chicken wing. And again, Blackwell hammers on top.
Complete hammers on top. Try to turn him again here.
You know, when I coached in Kansas, we saw Blackwell there on the border. I was in Ark City, and every tournament they came down to, I was so impressed with the way that their kids just stayed in matches, and they would win on top. They were so good. Guys couldn't get away. Even if they didn't score, they'd wear them out. And then coming here to Guthrie, as soon as we start dueling them, we start seeing Blackwell more, I just become more impressed with how good they are on top. Being a top guy myself, I favor that.
Yeah.
But I'm not easily impressed with top wrestling, but, man, Blackwell does it right.
Backs in here on the leg.
Lopez in on a shot. He needs this takedown to get back in this match. Somehow, Madden Edgar is turning this into an offense. Lopez has got to keep scrambling here. He's got to scramble and get that foot high. Madden's putting weight down on the foot that he's got. You know, Lopez in a position there to score, was lucky to get out of there without giving up a takedown.
He really was. Very impressed with this young freshman, Edgar.
Good shot there, Coach Jaden Davenport. Encouraging Dax Lopez to try to get out of here and get some more points. Head lever to a bar arm. Look for that to turn into a chicken wing. We've been seeing that from them. They're putting that head lever in. They're pulling that arm back. Lopez fighting that arm hard. Good for him here. Really trying to get back to his base, get back to his feet. Really, you know, the best we're seeing him is at 126 for sure, but, you know, getting in here against the hammer.
Yeah, definitely a little buzzsaw, no doubt about it.
Lopez does a good job working himself out of bounds to get a fresh start.
You talk about these young kids. You know, they're in a room with these guys, just getting better every day, every day. But, I mean, I'm so impressed with these youngsters.
Lopez struggling to get off bottom down here.
Just
a minute to go. Needs to get out and get some life back. Nearly had a takedown in the second. Here we go. Came out violently. Finally got loose enough to get out. Now Dax hammering on that head. Be nice to see him get a takedown here, just to see the way he's moving now here, Phil. He's got that collar tie. He's faking in and out. If that becomes his offense as he matures and gets confidence, that's going to be where he finds success. You know, standing there flat-footed, you know, keeping that distance and not moving his feet, it makes it easy. It makes him an easy target. But when he's banging that head and moving his feet, it makes him hard to attack and makes his offense so much better. So you see great things come out of Dax. Even in this loss, there's a lot of good stuff. We just need to see more of it.
Yeah, exactly. Good match.
All right, Phil, as we conclude this matchup, why don't we take a quick break? Brought to you by F&M Bank.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
I know John for a long time. I like the fact that I can drive into the Autoplex and I know I'm going to get greeted by a courteous salesperson that's really there to help me. Not to pressure me to buy a car, but to help me. I've sent a lot of people to John. They make you feel like they were very, very glad you bought a car from John Vance.
John Vance Auto Group, it's all true.
John Vance Auto Group.
All right, Phil, back here live inside the Guthrie Bluejay Gymnasium. The Guthrie Bluejays are taking on the Blackwell Maroons in tonight's matchup. So far, current score 9-6. Blackwell slightly ahead of the Bluejays, but so far Bluejays looking good.
battling, real competitive matches so far. Now we're getting ready to get into a stretch here where, it's going to be tough going for the Blue Jays. Some really experienced, accomplished guys for Blackwell. So it's all about competing.
Yeah, good shot there of UCO alumni. Keith Gregg refereeing the duel tonight.
He's got that fabulous mustache going on. What's that all about?
He has the best mustache that we've seen so far from the refereeing staff.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah,
props to Heath.
Yeah. He's on the championship side of the bracket for that mustache, no doubt about it.
Really, a lot of times these wrestlers, they come out, they become coaches or go do their thing, and every now and then you get a high-level wrestler becomes a referee, and it doesn't take them long to work their way up. They're calling high school right to college. They understand the sport so well that it doesn't take them long to get the ropes and work their way up. I think Heath's going to be at the top of the reffing queue fairly quick.
Be one of those guys.
Yeah. So calm out there behind the mat because he's been on the mat. Luke Lyons here wrestling for the Blue Jays in his sophomore season. Fighting off that leg hard.
Nice.
Hits a reshot to an outside single. Right back to it again. Luke just coming. Going for a head and ankle pick. Peyton Head gets in deep on this low level, but Luke Lyons wrestling a little bit aggressive tonight. Did a good job there hammering out that fun little sequence, but Peyton Head comes out on top.
Good job, Luke.
Peyton Head currently ranked number 4 in 3A for the Maroons. Escaped by Luke Lyons. One thing we have not seen a lot from Luke this season is attacks.
Correct.
He's had some defensive takedowns, but his legs have been a little bit suspect tonight. I think I've seen him hit 4 or 5 shots here. There's another one. Peyton Head's fixing to cut the corner here. Yeah. No points scored. Nothing yet here. Going for the roll through. Gets the 2, and now the near fall. Heads up move there by Peyton Head. He pulls in that arm, grabs the seat belt, doesn't just get him 2, rolls him straight to his back for a near fall.
That was big time.
Peyton Head off here to a quick lead, but I'm excited to see Luke Lyons being so aggressive.
Yes, it's a good thing to see. Luke's a kid. He's got a bright future here as well.
Last year he was in the lineup as a freshman, and, such a tough year for him.
A lot of lumps.
So, they're going to take lumps as freshmen anyway, but just at such a tough weight, every kid he wrestled was top of the food chain. And Luke really just got into this survival mode, trying to go out there doing the best he could, but really outmatched. And when that becomes your style, it's hard to overcome
it, right?
And so we've seen him a little bit sticky, kind of letting things happen. And this is the first time I've seen him this season going after something. I like that. That will only lead to good things in the future.
Down the road, that's right.
Even though he maybe makes a mistake, maybe he pushes it too hard, maybe it's better than just letting the guy come give it to you. He's giving it back, he's attacking in there, and I like that. And really, against a top wrestler in 3A, Luke's actually getting out there and wrestling tonight. I like that.
What do we have? Was it a head? We bleeding on the head? What do we got going on here?
We're either bleeding out of the eye or the ear, Phil.
I can't see.
They've got that ear wrapped up as well, but I don't know if they're focused on it or right above the eye, but he's got a pretty gnarly cauliflower ear. He got it right before state last year.
I think
all
it is
through
the
Freestyle.
ear.
We've been draining that thing, and these headgear that look so fashionable are terrible for cauliflower ears. This style of headgear has been responsible for more cauliflowers than bear ears. I will believe that until I go in the grave. Every wrestler and coach likes the way these headgear look, but they are not good for ears. Luke battling to his base, got to battle to his feet. Phil, head lever to a chicken wing to a tilt.
Just working it.
Seems like we've seen this before.
Time and time again.
There's the chicken wing. Now the half on the other side. Saw this from the junior high. He did a good job fighting that. He's going to go for the stuff the head stack now. He's going to run over that head and stack that up. Man, hammers on top.
So
Peyton
good.
Head running hard here. Potentially dangerous call here. Blackwell coach not happy with that call, but referee Heath Gray is responsible for the safety and health of those athletes. He didn't like what he saw, so before someone gets hurt, he called that. Luke did a good job getting to his feet there. He's got to keep getting to his feet. If he keeps threatening, he's not getting chewed up with this bar arm chicken wing nonsense. But if he sits on bottom, Peyton Head's going to start pulling elbows and go to work.
Yeah,
We've seen him going to work. But if Luke keeps threatening, Peyton Head's going to have to make adjustments like he did, and Luke can get out. That's the right way to wrestle down there. Luke did a good job coming up against a tough top wrestler.
Luke's shown a lot here, I think, so far in this match.
You know, I think this is the best we've seen him so far this year.
I really do. And I think you hit on it. I think he's so much more aggressive than we've seen him be.
And I don't think this wrestler, Peyton Head's, as good as any kid he's wrestled this year.
Yeah, no doubt.
Nice shuck by Peyton Head.
Yeah, nice.
Head's doing a good job picking those ankles.
Yeah.
He's been there all night.
He really has.
Luke's got to keep coming up. He's just got to keep coming up, give himself an opportunity to do something good. Luke's coming to a sit-out position. Now he's got to protect that arm. He's doing a better job protecting that arm, not letting it come back.
Yeah. Hey, look at those. Now, those are two Guthrie legends. Mr. Dreesen, Miss Ironton. Seen a lot of Guthrie sports, supported a lot of Guthrie kids, two of the best that we've got in the community. Great to see him out there. I like that hat, too. Like that hat.
Phil, I just love seeing the community come out and support.
Yeah, no question.
You know, wrestling has not always been something people want to come and see, but this season we've had great turnouts in the crowd. We've had great turnouts online.
That's changing, you know. I mean, more and more people are starting to get behind the wrestling. It's becoming more mainstream, you know. And we've talked about, you know, the guy just up the road here, John Smith, who's worked his entire life trying to promote wrestling on an international, national, state, at every level. But, man, I tell you, how satisfying is it for the guys like yourself, you guys have been doing this forever, to see how far it's came.
Finally. You know, it's something I love and am passionate about. Yeah. And when other people start to buy into that, it kind of pumps life back into you, you know.
Absolutely.
Lions here trying to make something happen. Down 11-3 has really been – he's made this a competitive match against a high-quality opponent. And this, again, the best he's wrestled.
No doubt.
He's attacking. He's going for. He's trying to score points here. He's not surviving.
Right.
He's actually going after stuff. I love to see this from Luke Lyons. As tough as this kid is and as capable as he is, if he continues down this path, we're going to see progress happen fast.
Yeah, this is without question the most aggressive he's been all year.
Look at this, Phil. Just relentless.
I know.
You know, Luke Lyons, relentless. He shot 10 times tonight, finally gets in on one.
Yeah.
He's figuring this out on the fly, and we're getting to watch it.
Pretty cool.
Going to be hard to finish against Peyton Headfield, but if you don't take these shots and if you don't get in here, you're never going to learn how to finish these shots.
That's big-time improvement.
Big-time improvement.
Big time.
22 seconds to go. I got a feeling we're going to see him attack. He's coming in. He's going after it. He's trying to score points here, even towards the end of this match. Still shooting, still setting stuff up.
Standing cradle.
Your Peyton Head is. Luke's.
Come on, Luke.
A few seconds left.
1.5 seconds left. Gives up the fall. Good competitive match, though. Way to battle.
I hate to see that match end that way. But Peyton Head did a nice job. Block sprawl, catch the inside cradle and go. Hats off to him. Luke, though, wrestling the best match I've seen all season. Aggressive, going for things. Phil, I would rather see him going for stuff and failing than just standing there and failing.
Yeah, no, big
going
time.
for stuff, figure stuff out, force things so you can learn. Again, I'm happy with what I see from Luke Lyons there. Up next for the Blue Jays at 138 pounds, Clayton Carey, the freshman, the surging freshman for the Blue Jays, taking on Laker Ingram. Now, Laker Ingram, third place for the Maroons last year at the 3A state tournament. Built like a wrestler.
Yes, he is.
Stout, strong, fast. Great opportunity for Clayton Carey here to wrestle a high-quality opponent, see where he stands, get in there and compete, take him down.
That's big time.
What a takedown for Clayton Carey. Lakin scrambles out of a Granby now. He's got Clayton's foot in the air. In a weird way, Clayton Carey is still on top. Lakin hadn't got his escape, and he hasn't scored a reversal yet. So technically, Clayton Carey's still on top here with 50 seconds to go. Sabin Batten, Sabin Batten.
Late scratch, okay.
So Sabin bumping up.
Yeah, that can't be.
Looks like they're going to bump up Sabin Batten from 132 here. My apologies. I got a list of the lineup from...
We're working with what they give us.
I got a list of the lineup from Coach Klein today.
Yep.
It looked different after the weigh-ins, and then we added a couple more after that one. So 3 sheets to work from to try to figure out who these guys are, but a competitive matchup.
Very good.
To say the least. Clayton Carey out here battling a Sabin Batten. Sophomore for the Maroons.
The replay here, Sean.
Does a nice job staying home, staying disciplined, heavy hips. You know, Sabin was trying to roll through there and scramble that out of bounds. Carey did a good job laying his hips down and not allowing that to happen. You know, Phil, I said this on Tuesday night. I watched Clayton wrestle this past Saturday.
Yeah.
And I saw a freshman turn into a high school wrestler.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times that's a big step.
Yeah.
But I said it and I believe it. He is competitive at the high school level as a freshman, and this is a huge step to take. Most freshmen don't take that. But against solid high school wrestlers, Clayton Carey is in every match. And if there's time on the clock, this kid can win. I've seen it kind of transpire, and I've liked what I've seen. He's a mature kid at a young age. Obviously, physically, he's the right size here, coming down to 138. He was at 44. I like him at 138. He's so competitive, and I don't see any reason why Clayton Carey can't make a state tournament this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if he improves on the same track we've seen so far, he might get himself a medal.
Well, be a qualifier as a freshman at this. I mean, that's big time. Get on the podium, even better.
Sky is the limit.
Yeah, great kid.
So impressed with his development. He's disciplined. He's a lot of the, not that he made mistakes early, but he didn't make the adjustments on the fly.
And being comfortable, right? He's been out there enough now as a freshman. He's more comfortable.
We're seeing him make those adjustments, even that out-of-bounds adjustment.
Yeah,
earlier in the year,
time.
that kid rolls him out of bounds. No points. Nope. Now he's going to sit down and get the 2 on the edge, take his time. He's going to take those points and earn them. And now on top, Clayton Carey's hammering on top.
He really is.
Riding tough, making it difficult for Batten to get out. And Batten in here battling. Just got his hands full. Clayton Carey to the cradle now on the far side. He's got this hooked up. Clayton's going to turn this into near fall. He's got to get that inside arm. He's got to push those hips a little further, make some adjustments. And there's that near fall. If he gets a 5 count, he's going to get 3. Right now, he's only got a 2 count. He's going for the fall here, Phil. He was able to get 5 right at the buzzer.
Big time.
3 points more for Clayton Carey. Right here. Watch this adjustment. He keeps scooting his hips, and he pushes. He scoots the hips and pushes. He's got to scoot his hips to make the adjustments to get the near fall. Again, a veteran move. For a freshman to make.
And we've talked, you've heard me say this in football. You have a freshman that's starting in football. You get into week 6, 7, 8, they're not freshmen anymore.
No.
Same thing we're seeing here.
Yeah. It's really been fun to watch.
Yeah.
This freshman class, Phil, has impressed me. I did not expect these kids to be as good and as competitive as they are. Double leg on the edge here. Look, he's going to turn the corner in. Instead of pushing out, he goes ahead and cuts that corner, stepping over like he should. He's going to get his hips low. Once his hips get low, he's going to get the 2.
That's outstanding.
Does a good job there cutting the corner. He felt that. He saw where he was at. You know, he was wanting to blow through, sees the edge of the mat, says, I'm going to have to turn here.
That was a big-time takedown, and tell you what, up 10-1 right now. It's a big-time match.
And Saban Batten, he had to set his hips so that he didn't fall back.
Yeah.
So if he falls back out of bounds, he can't scramble or he loses 2. Well, when he sets his hips, now he's susceptible to that turn in, and that's what Clayton Carey felt. So Saban Batten did what he was supposed to there. Just a good read by Clayton Carey, who's back on top now. Hammering 10-1 lead on top. Staying behind the arms. He's running that spiral tough.
This is going to be a heck of a win for Clayton.
Stalemate here on top. Nice job here. He hooks that far leg, sets his hips down, nowhere for Saban to go.
Yeah.
You know, when you scoop those feet and set your hips down, there's so much pressure that gets put on your hamstrings.
Yeah.
It's like your knees are fixing to hyperextend. That's why you do it. And Saban just had no choice but to let go to get some relief off those legs. Yeah. He's got a leg in now. Clayton Carey's running legs. New little wrinkle, and he's doing it right. Got a warning for stalling on bottom. Saban's not doing enough. Big win for the Blue Jays here. Big win for the Blue Jays.
Big win.
Clayton Carey over Saban Batten. Bumping that team score up.
Yeah, good win for Clayton there.
All right, so at 144 pounds, Blackwell is bumping up Laker Ingram. Laker Ingram took third at state in 5A last year. We talked about him earlier. Got the wrong kid. Now they bumped him up. Tall order for Colby Wilder, who wrestled the number 1 wrestler in 4A last Tuesday night, and now gets another hammer here.
These weight classes, that's what you're going to see, though.
Yeah. A tall order here for Colby Wilder, but what I liked about Colby on Tuesday night is he went after it.
Yeah.
You know, Colby last year was on his heels a little bit unsure about what he wanted to do, what he was trying to do. This year has wrestled better than he has his entire career. He's attacking. He's going after stuff. He's trying to win these matches.
Yeah.
He's trying to give, we saw him a few weeks ago in a match that was getting out of hand, throw a guy to his back in the third and dang near win that match.
Yeah.
Trying to stay competitive. But, again, here up against the hammer, this kid is even down a weight, looks bigger.
Looks
big
bigger,
kid.
yeah, he does. Thick kid.
Colby's wrestling up at 45 now, probably more naturally a 32 or 38 pounder.
Yeah.
But Laker Ingram doing what Laker Ingram is supposed to be doing, for sure.
That's exactly right.
Tough out for Colby Wilder. I hate to see that for him, but Colby's a kid we're expecting to see at the tournament this year.
Yeah.
He's had success so far. Again, against these hammers, it makes it hard to look good when you're wrestling one of the best kids. They make everyone look this way.
Now this is a match.
Not sure who Blackwell has, but Phil, your boy Roston Usselton at 150.
I was so impressed with him on the senior night duel. And just a freshman. Looks like trying to figure out who we've got here. Greg Rao. Looks like
We've
a
got
sophomore.
Grant Rao. Roston in on a single leg here. Rao's got a cradle. Ooh. Rolls that cradle up on the inside. Roston Hustleton's he's in a bad way here.
Yeah.
That is tight. His inside arm that would normally be through got hung up because he had a hold of the leg. Really just wrenched his own arm across his own face to make that twice as tight.
That was nice.
Not the outing Roston wanted.
No.
Got caught there in a bit of a scramble.
Yep. Yep.
After. It's after, yeah.
All right.
Up at 157. Guthrie's Rowan McCone, freshman. Not sure who Blackwell's going to put out there. They've got nearly 2 wrestlers at every weight, starting at 132 all the way up through 157. But Andrew Young for the Maroons is who's out here wrestling Rowan McCone.
A little unorthodox out there.
Stocky kid, looks strong as Andrew Young does.
Yeah, he does.
Back on that inside cradle. Takedown to a head lever. Going to pull that into a chicken wing, I bet. Neither get a half or a far arm. Rowan doing a good job setting up here, trying to get that pressure off. He's got to stay on. If he stays on his knee with his chicken wing, it makes it difficult as long as he keeps his head up. If he bases, keeps coming up, hard to score at the chicken wing from here. It can be done, but it makes it more difficult.
Right.
He gets his head down, he'll get a half and get his head stuffed. He's got to keep his head up. Or now that chicken wing becomes effective. He needs to get back to post and base up, but easier said than done. Andrew Young transitioning nice. Now he's got that seat belt and the chicken wing. Look for him to run this over on a tilt. Rowan gets his arm out. He's pushing on the far leg. Young going for the half, but Rowan gets back to his feet here. Posturing inside. Rowan did a good job on bottom. Reckon he stopped that head lever twice now. Recognize what he's doing, keeping his arms up. Running down here under 10 seconds in the first period. Rowan McCone of the Blue Jays trailing Andrew Young 2-0. Rowan doing a good job finally getting up, getting to his feet here, but looks like he's wearing down a little bit on bottom. Tough on top is Blackwell's Andrew Young.
They're all tough on top from Blackwell.
Seems to be the trend. To note, Andrew Young, a freshman, placed at junior high state last year. So again, another freshman for the Maroons that is top of the food chain for his age division in the state overall. So Rowan McCone up against the tall order here, but doing a good job. Competitive in this match, gets too high, cost himself there. Against an experienced wrestler like this, don't want to get in front of those arms. Rowan's legs all twisted up at the moment. Andrew Young's got a hammerlock now, but Rowan's doing the right thing. If you get the hammerlock, you got to get to your knees. Makes it difficult to get. He's got that seatbelt, going to try to get that chicken wing in.
Boy, they just love
Relentless.
that chicken wing, don't they?
Going for the turn on the far side. Rowan going to have to come up. Finally wearing down Rowan McCone's lead arm. And Andrew Young able to pick up 3 near fall here. You know, these tilts, generally one or two of these tilts will wear a guy down enough
Yeah.
to put their head down, they get the half and get the fall. That's kind of what they've been doing so far.
Right.
Will McComb here's got to try to find a way to get out. He did a good job in the first period, getting to his feet and coming up. He's got to continue that. He can't hang out down here on bottom, or Andrew Young is going to start picking him apart.
Yeah, bad place to be.
You know, to hang out underneath a Blackwell Maroon
It's not a good idea.
is not something I would call a party.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
Rowan's posturing in, which is making it hard for him to get that seat belt. See how he's got that bar arm?
Yeah.
He's trying to grab the bar arm with the forearm, but when Rowan postures in, it makes Andrew's arms too long to grab that.
Hey, look at that guy.
Justin Stevens, assistant principal here at for the Blue Jays, former wrestling coach.
Yeah.
Former Perry wrestling standout. He's got a son on the varsity team as well.
Yep.
I would say Coach Stevens more than a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Still participates in supporting our Blue Jays. Rowan now finds himself in a tough spot.
Yeah, he's got half.
Just getting wore down from all that top pressure makes it hard. Big bridge, but again, making the adjustments on top. These Maroons.
Just solid, very solid.
Phil, with that, why don't we take a quick commercial break? Brought to you by F&M Bank.
At Generations Church, we exist to love God, love people, and serve both well. We're a multi-generational, multicultural church that believes in being a light to our city and our region. At Generations, we don't believe that church can be put in a box. We're a church that accepts all people from all walks of life, young, old, rich, and poor, and you will feel welcome at Generations. Join us at 10 a.m. every Sunday at 2524 West Noble in Guthrie, America. You can also join us at generationsguthrie.online.church.
For centuries, it was a windswept prairie until the run of '89 saw settlers scramble for land and life in a newborn town as Oklahoma's territorial capital, Guthrie. Bank First is loyal to the preservation movement that reclaimed Oklahoma's first state capital. And we're loyal to the banking legacy born at the corner of First and Oklahoma streets. Bank First. Loyal to Oklahoma. Loyal to you.
All right, folks, we are back live inside of the Guthrie High School Gymnasium. Guthrie Bluejays taking on the Blackwell Maroons. Wrestled through 157 pounds. Coming on the mat now, junior Bryson Hall is going to be taking on Kelby Ingram of the Blackwell Maroons. Phil, you want to talk about how tough Blackwell is? Number 3 ranked Kelby Ingram at 157 is bumping up to wrestle 165 because there's a hammer from Guthrie at 165 and he wants a piece of it.
Isn't that awesome? That's why I love this sport.
One thing I love about wrestling.
I love it, yeah. Looking for the challenge.
Don't avoid the hard matches. Let's go find them. Yeah. And Blackwell says, hey, we got enough guys here. We're going to fill in some of these other weights, and we're going to go see what we can do against this Bryson Hall kid. Bryson had a great year so far. He's placing in tournaments, winning big matches, looking better than he ever has. And now he's out here against somebody that's coming up to see what they can do against the standout. Bryson Hall in on a high crotch, but scrambling here. Ingram does a nice job scrambling behind. Hall does a good job keeping his hips where he needs to. Ingram, though, coming up with the single leg now. Little Askren scramble in here.
Yeah.
Hall doing a good job staying in this, but Ingram's fixing to peek out the back. Hall's got to keep his hips down, keep that far foot. He lost the foot. Ingram's coming out now the back. Boy, Ingram knows how to scramble. Hall now in on a shin whizzer. Phil Blackwell said, if we're going to go south, why don't we have a little fun?
This is impressive.
You know, I was sitting here before this duel started. I went over to get some information from the coaches. The coaches were both sitting down, and they were talking about where their best kids were.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they were trying to match them up against each other. I assumed that they were going to bump around and try to. No, they said, hey, these are our better kids. Let's hook them up and let's get these guys some experience. It's awesome to see this because these guys aren't going to see each other at the state tournament, and they're not going to see each other really the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So they're both saying, where can we get our best matches of the night? Yeah. Because I want my kid to get better. Where's your kid going to get better?
It's such a.
It's
the mark of a top program.
Yeah. You know, as competitive as wrestlers are, they also want, let's compete. Let's compete. Where are we going to be the most competitive? Yeah. And it's not just good for the athletes, it's good for the fans, it's good for the sport. You know, we're down inside the first period. Both of these kids, you know, would be looking for bonus against their normal opponents, but instead, let's put them together.
Yeah, let's get it on. Tell you one thing we've had tonight, tremendous crowd all night long. We really appreciate the great crowd. Great crowd that's joined us online as well. We just really appreciate you guys tuning in and showing love for these kids. They work hard. It's nice to see that. Really appreciate our great friends from Blackwell. You know, and that's something we're glad we can do. Give them an opportunity. If they can't make the drive, they can hop online, watch the kiddos wrestle from Blackwell as well. So we appreciate them being here.
Absolutely. You know, Phil, we started doing this live stream last year, and I thought, you know, hey, if 5 parents got to work and they can watch their kid, it's worth it.
Absolutely.
And it's really turned into such a good thing. You know, all you guys have come on board to help out, helping the product be so much better.
Yeah.
And it's been nice to have the support on the online side as well, just to say, hey, to give us encouragement to keep doing it. We're trying to promote the sport. We're trying to promote Guthrie wrestling, but really promote Blackwell wrestling tonight. These guys are hammers. They're looking great.
Just promote Oklahoma kids, right, in general. We just want to see them all do well. And, boy, right here, this is an opportunity right here.
Big back points here. Bryson Hall's getting near fall out of that Turk. That's a big 2 points,
That's big
Phil.
2 points. Match like this, it's huge.
Talked about it on Tuesday night, how much better Bryson Hall has gotten on top. Last year, he floated well, he's athletic, never really rode anyone. And then this year really has focused hard. He's asked a lot of questions. He's worked a lot with his buddy at 190 pounds on controlling things on top. You know, he's staying late with coaches, trying to learn the little tricks of the trade. And this year, not just riding on top, he has scored as much on top as he has on his feet. And that has made a huge difference in close matches.
Yeah, and there's just those kids that look like wrestlers. He's one of them.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You know, Bryson's so good on his feet. He's always been good getting off bottom and top. It's not that he struggled there, but he hasn't scored there much. This year, this is a weapon for him. Yeah. And in a tight match, he doesn't get a takedown in the first. He's able to pick up 2 near fall. Huge.
See it right here. That was big time.
Gets that inside leg Turk. You know, not a pinning move, but savvy and comfortable enough to know that, hey, I'm here. I can go and maybe pick up a couple.
Exactly.
It's exactly what he did. He went for it, got it. Puts Kelby Ingram down 2. Now, Bryson's got to keep – he tripods up here so well, controls hands so good, but, you know, Blackwell so good on top.
This hammers, man. We've talked about it all night. They're just relentless on top and never seem to be in a bad position. Bryson looking here up to his feet. There you go. Bryson with the 1-point escape.
Ooh, long shot on that high crotch. Ingram tries to cut the corner, but he got long too, fell over, just kind of an awkward spot. But Hall's got to be careful of overextending. And Ingram.
Good shot of Bryson there.
Ingram with that front headlock. Look for the snap down. Go. We've seen this snap down into this little bow nickel cradle on the side. A couple of our guys got hit with it already tonight. I would assume that's what he's going for there. Obviously something they're working. Had his arm a little bit too deep. Bryson Hall in on a nice high C here. Be nice to see him finish this. Ingram, we saw in the first period, scrambled so well. You know, he ends up nearly scoring from here. Bryson's got to catch. Either one of those feet would be fine. For whatever reason, he doesn't want to catch that top one. But if he catches either one and hooks it, he's got to get it hooked up into his knee pit. He can belly down. Ingram Ingram's so savvy there defensively. Low level here. Attacks back in. Now he's going to scoop that foot. Now Ingram's going to try to roll through with that knee. Bryson's got to keep that hip down. Really needs to reach back and get those hands broke. Ingram's going to try to roll underneath that leg and split those legs.
Bryson's
2 points awarded for Bryson Hall into the same turf where he scored earlier. 2 takedown. Now he's going to get some no near fall. We're going to run out of time here. But Phil, what a fun matchup.
Great matchup, great competitive match. Good win for Bryson Hall.
Hands off to Kelby Ingram.
Yeah, great competitor.
You think, these kids, they want big records. They want to have this, this, don't want all these losses. No, not Kelby Ingram. He goes, no, that kid's good. I want to wrestle him.
He just got better.
Absolutely.
He just got better.
He absolutely did, and that's what's so fun about a competitive team like this, that, you know what, I may lose this match, but I got a shot at winning it. Let's go see what we can do. I love that Blackwell's willing to do that.
Yeah.
I love that Ingram's willing to do that. That's the sign of a competitive kid that has hopes of a better future.
Well, the few times we're ever going to see Tyler Gettings look like
the shorter
athlete on a match. This kid's long for Blackwell.
Lawson Lusk, state qualifier last year, is bumping up to 175.
Tyler, we've talked a lot about Tyler this year. He's a kid we all love to watch compete.
Be a nice matchup for Tyler Gettings here. Again, a kid this tough, state qualifier, Tyler's so close to qualifying last year. This ought to be a competitive match.
Should be,
Another fun one. Phil, we've seen a lot of good wrestling tonight.
A lot of really good matches and competitive matches across the board. Of course, you've talked a lot about all evening Blackwell's willingness to do it, to make their kids better by bumping kids up. And you're not just any kid. You're talking like last match, talking a kid that's ranked 3rd in the state of his class, bumping up a class to go wrestle Bryson.
Yeah.
I mean, that's big time.
A nice single leg here. Lawson Lusk. Long outside single. He's got the leg up. It's funny, both these guys tall and long, but probably not used to wrestling guys.
Each other.
That's tall and long. So
exactly
probably used to easily sweeping that foot.
Yep.
A little bit harder when a guy's tall. So, Tyler's
strong.
Almost looks comfortable here.
Nice job there. Cleared it.
Finally timed that foot, swept the foot. With 15 seconds to go, Lawson Lusk picks up 2 takedown here on Tyler Gettings. And right to work on top. Gets right to that crossface forearm. Going to go for the cradle here on the outside. Not looking good for Tyler. He's running out of time. A thread on top. Hooks up a cradle 5 seconds in on top, and now Tyler's going to go down. Interesting call here. Hopefully Tyler perhaps can get a Coach Pennypacker there.
Guthrie basketball coach, Coach Pennypacker. World-class name, Pennypacker. Love it.
Right back to that cradle within 3 seconds. Lawson Lusk crossface cradle. And as long as he is easily wraps that thing up, Tyler Gettings, though, able to get out.
Well, Tyler's going to battle.
Lusk gets too high because he keeps that arm out front trying to force that cradle. Tyler Gettings did a good job feeling that, shaking him off, popping out the back. Nice job, Tyler Gettings. Takes a long shot. Attacked the wrong leg there. Shot for the back leg. The front leg was there, but he shot for the back one. Lusk so far away. Tyler gets extended.
This duel's felt very competitive, but you look up and Blackwell's up 20 points on the duel. I mean, that's just a sign of who they are.
Yeah, for sure. But it's been exciting. There's been some good matchups.
It really has been.
In years past, this duel has not been as entertaining.
Correct.
And I do like to see the competitiveness for sure. Tyler Gettings now stuck in a cradle on bottom. So far been able to fight it off, but now Lusk. Clearly that is what he does on top.
Yeah.
He has been third time as a charm. Twice Tyler was able to scramble up, but this time Lusk able to secure that. Currently up 7-1. Tyler Gettings now quite the deficit, but I've seen Tyler rack up some bigger points. We'll see where Lusk chooses to go in the third. Perhaps back on top.
Yeah. Oh, look at those there, Bryson hanging out with a couple of nobodies. I don't know if those two have ever wrestled. Do you know if either one of them have ever wrestled?
Well, last year's outstanding wrestler at the state tournament happens to be his brother there in the middle.
Oh, that's
two-time
right.
state champion, UCO wrestler now, Eli Kirk on the right.
So they both can wrestle a little bit.
Guthrie born, Guthrie bred. Both of whom here tonight supporting the Blue Jays.
Love it.
They pop into practice when they can to help them. Again, to build a program like we want, having those guys come back and helping the younger generation get better has been so nice. Tyler Gettings trying to create a scramble here. Trying to make something happen. Tyler Gettings not one to be out of a match.
Oh, no.
Ever.
He'll battle till the end.
Crafty as he is, trying to make something happen here. Gives up another 2 points, but
boy, this kid, Lusk kid is just, there's nothing flashy about him.
No, but solid on top.
Just so solid.
That long, lanky build that he has, oftentimes, he should be a basketball player. He's tall, this or that. But when you see guys like this that can use that length,
it's a weapon.
Where are you going to go to get a kid this tall to practice with, to learn this style, to understand what he's trying to do on top? I mean, there's two teams in the state that's got one.
Yeah.
Guthrie and Blackwell.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it.
We're seeing them right now.
So to be competitive against a guy that is it's awkward even though they're doing things solid. It's awkward because you're not used to seeing that. Tyler's got a sit-out, peek out. He's almost out, but now he's going to get cradled again. Because this guy can hit a cradle from
anywhere.
Any position.
Yeah, from anywhere.
So it's awkward because it's nothing you've seen before. And, man, Lawson Lusk clearly can see why he qualified for state last year. Knows how to use this length to his advantage. And this length has so much leverage that it's so powerful.
So powerful.
It's not explosive powerful. It's long and slow. But when you apply that leverage, it's so hard to deal with.
Correct. And if you don't understand that, if you don't understand wrestling, you look at this young man and say, well, he can't be that strong.
Yeah. It's, being an old farm kid pulling fence posts.
That's right.
A short, stubby fence post puller is useless. You need a tractor's power.
That's right.
But a 10-year-old kid with a lot of leverage and a big cheater pipe.
That's right. Get a lot done.
Can pull a mile worth of fence if his dad encourages him enough.
Get a lot done.
That's, Lawson Lusk. Nice job. A lot of cradles here. Tyler Gettings battled through there. Had some good moments. Got away on bottom. Nearly had a good takedown.
What we got here?
Wesley Silvis at 190. He's going to forfeit here to Jason Osgood. Silvis over there chewing on his mouthpiece. A little banged up from practice yesterday.
Yeah.
Coach is looking forward to the future.
Good decision.
A little bit more so than the current.
Right.
Maroons are going to pick up 6 more for that forfeit now, putting out 2:15.
Oh, boy.
I believe Blackwell is going to wrestle Stoney Hudson.
Yeah. then we're going to have an interesting heavyweight matchup potentially.
Phil, I really I don't know if you got a chance to watch the duel on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
But Tyler Powell's been wrestling heavyweight all year. He's a new wrestler this year. Football kid came out. His coaches said, go wrestle. It'll make you tougher, make you better on that offensive line, And so he just does it, comes out, and it's a tough sport to start.
Oh,
he hangs out, stays in a room, gets opportunity at heavyweight, so he takes it. He goes out, he competes the best he can. Well, he gets to wrestle 215 at his weight against a kid from Tuttle that was also a football kid that came out to try it, and they had a battle that was a lot of fun. Tyler ends up getting a fall for the team, which was huge. Wrestler of the night.
That's
fun
awesome.
time. It was a good time. We were so happy for Tyler. It was a lot of fun. So
you love seeing that.
Yeah, just a good kid. It seems like he's working his tail off. Still green, still new, but out here for all the right reasons.
Right.
And a lot of kids come from football.
Yeah.
And not many stay.
Right. That's exactly right.
And Tyler, as sweet and soft-spoken as he is, tough enough to stay in that
hang
room.
it in there. That's right.
And, put his mind to it and say he's going to do it and stick this out. Fighting here on the edge of the mat.
Yeah.
Wise enough to keep pushing himself out of bounds to get another fresh start. Stoney Hudson, obviously a wrestler.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously on top. Blackwell's going to be good everywhere.
We'll walk that around. Oh, going to hook it up here if he can.
He's got this hammer lock on his back. Going to turn that into a half.
Yeah.
If he pushes that hand forward towards his head, the fall will be imminent.
Yeah.
Just a position thing. Tyler Powell put up a good fight there against a veteran wrestler.
Absolutely.
On paper, that's what you would expect to see. Nothing against Tyler Powell.
Right.
Again, when you are fresh and new, taking these lumps is hard to do, but hats off to a kid willing to stay in there and keep competing.
Tell me about this kid from Blackwell. We were talking about him before it started.
For your Bluejays at 285 pounds, Nick Herendeen.
All right, we've got Nick Herendeen wrestling. Tell us real quick about Nick's opponent. This guy's a very accomplished wrestler.
Cruz Golf is a two-time state champion for the Maroons. Last year wrestled at 190 pounds and was not a big 190-pounder. Apparently got on some of that cornmeal up there in Blackwell because he has put on some size, filled out 215 pounds beautifully.
Where's Cruz heading to next year?
Good-looking kid. I believe he is with OSU. Two-time state champion, no stranger to wrestling, been around forever, been successful forever, been at every big tournament, placed at all of them from Fargo all the way down.
Yeah.
And Cruz Golf here, again, wanted the best kid they had at his weight. Silvas, we talked about bumping him up, but since he's banged up, not able to wrestle here, so they said, well, the next best kid's heavyweight.
Yeah, let's go.
And he said, all right, I'll take that guy. He wanted the best guy we could find for him.
So how much is he giving up weight-wise?
Nick Herendeen's going to be around 250. Cruz Golf would have weighed in around 217.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like that size is going to make much of a difference.
Now, Nick will scrap you.
Nick,
don't make no mistake about it.
Nick definitely more athletic than he looks. Crafty as a heavyweight. Moves well for a heavyweight. Strong for a heavyweight at 250. Really, if I was going to build a heavyweight, I wouldn't want the guy too big.
Right.
I wouldn't want a guy too small. Somewhere in the middle, 250, 260 is a good weight for a heavyweight, as long as they can move, as long as they have the strength, to be able to push against a big heavy guy. Nick's that guy. Nick's at the right size, and if he can stay in the room, and stay healthy and keep improving, Nick could be on the podium easily this year. The talent is there.
He's got to stay in the room.
Got to get him to buy in.
Yeah.
Got to get him to get focused. But when he does,
yeah,
a lot of success could come from him. Nick did
no
a great
doubt.
job in football this year.
Had a good year.
Stand out on the football field. Been a wrestler his whole life. Sometimes struggles with loving the sport.
It's a sport that can be hard to love at times. It is.
It is not friendly.
No, it doesn't love you back a lot of times.
No, it does not. But Nick, definitely the potential is there. If he can stay focused and stay hooked up from January through February,
find his way to the podium.
Nick could do great things for sure.
Yeah.
Tall order tonight against Cruz Golf. Golf honestly looking tired.
Yeah, he really does.
Carrying that extra weight is slowing him down for sure. You know, athletic enough to get a big takedown, gets another big takedown, but, you know, I've wrestled with Nick, and I can get to his legs, and I can get him on the ground, and I do my best to keep him there because it's hard.
So strong.
As good as his balance is, and he knows how to shift that onto you, he does that, and he's wearing Golf down here, even though he's not winning, per se, by points. You know, that size discrepancy, Golf is probably not used to having to overcome that. But, again, Cruz Golf don't care. He's here to get better.
Yeah. I mean, you just look at the kid. He's amazing.
He's trying to find ways to get better, and you know what? Hey, if it's giving up 30 pounds, I'll go do that.
Yeah, we'll get better there. We can see him out. Yeah,
I mean, Blackwell on top.
They're so good.
They have worked the left arm of our Blue Jays to death.
To death.
I mean, that left arm, Phil, has just been worn smooth out all night.
Has.
Nick doing a good job getting to his feet here. Looks like Golf's wearing on him a little bit though now. Starting to wear down. You know, physically wearing down is one thing. Mentally wearing down
is another.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Sometimes it takes physical to then break down that mental.
Correct.
You know, when you do what you can to almost get out, and then you don't, you wonder if it's worth the effort anymore. Now do I just survive down here?
Right.
And you go trying to survive against a guy as talented as Golf, and you're going to start giving up near fall.
Correct.
We saw this the last match.
You see
to
it
the half,
happening
to
right
the arm.
now. Yeah.
Good fight there by Nick Herendeen against the hammer in Cruz Golf.
That kid's going to odds-on favorite to get his third state championship this year.
I would think that it's going to take quite the athlete to knock Cruz Golf off the podium.
Yeah, pretty special.
Phil, why don't we take a quick break before we come back with our John Vance coaches interviews and our North Church Wrestler of the Night in our post-game show. This break brought to you by F&M Bank.
Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026.
Exxon was founded by two combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
We collectively have lost over 90 pounds now, are just feeling better than ever. There's a complete acceptance. There's zero judgment. Everybody's truly loved here. It's just such a great environment.
Countless people in the community that have been coming to Strive as clients are seeing real changes in their lives for the better. You should come down, say hi, get to know the people at Strive Wellness Lounge. They've got something here that's going to make your life better.
At Terry Insure Group, you'll be helped by lifelong Blue Jay fans. Seth Robbins, Jason Herzl, and Dennis Oaks aren't limited to any single provider. We'll work with you to find the carrier and the plan that fits you best. Terry Insurance Group is an independent insurance agency specializing in home, auto, and commercial lines of insurance. Call Terry Insurance Group at 405-293-4880 or stop by at 622 South Division or visit them online at tigok.com. Terry Insurance Group, insuring your world.
Alongside North Church Wrestler of the Night, Caden Herendeen. Caden, great matchup against a former state placer. We were excited to see that matchup. I had it started on the deal. Started off competitive, kind of walked away with it there. Just walk us through the match. What was going on out there, and how did you just keeping pressure on that guy and scoring points?
To be honest, I just like my coach said, we keep pressure. I get shots. Shots win matches. Offense win matches. But you also gotta like utilize your defense too. Like do like reshots a lot and just put the pressure on them. That's all I do.
So your pressure on your shots. It seemed like he would shoot, you would score. You would shoot, you would score. How did that wear on him as the match went on? Did you feel him slowing down, or he seemed like he kept coming after you?
Yeah, he was coming after me. I'm not gonna lie. We went it at Cushing too in the finals, so it was a good match. I already knew it was gonna be a hard match, but I knew I had to come out victorious, get it from my team. So that's what I do.
Good season so far. You know, outstanding wrestler last weekend. Got a big tournament coming up this weekend. Showcase for 5A. What can we expect from Caden Herendeen tomorrow and Saturday, moving on in through the rest of the season?
Oh, I'm ready to go get a dub again. Be in the finals, go get O-dub. Go get O-dub. That's all I'm worried about. Get first, challenge myself, and like I do every day, and just get better.
All right, guys. We'll take a quick commercial break. Wrestler of the Night, Caden Herendeen, congrats.
Thank you.
Yep. Back to you guys.
At South Point Baptist Church, we want you to cheer loud and be proud as we send the Blue Jays to victory. Afterwards, join us each Sunday in our friendly family atmosphere. South Point invites you, your family, and friends to join us each week with Sunday school beginning at 10 a.m. and our morning service at 11 a.m. South Point wishes all students this season to make fun and exciting memories not only on the playing field, but in the classroom as well. And as always, go Blue Jays.
When garage door problems occur, don't call a kind of service company or maybe a repair guy. Call Paul Creed at A-Team Overhead Door. Paul owns and operates his company and has over 15 years of experience in residential and commercial overhead door service. Paul provides all garage door services from repairs to installations. With free estimates, Paul will work with you to decide the best possible solution for your garage door or opener problems. Call A-Team Overhead Door today, 405-642-7065.
All right, guys, I am live here with Coach Jaden Davenport, the John Vance coach's interview. Coach, you knew it was going to be a tough duel coming into it. Knew the Blackwell, one of the best teams perennially for, Class 3A. We knew it was a tough duel coming in. Just talk us through the duel. A lot of good things came out of the duel, a lot of good things from especially some of these younger kids. Just talk to us about the duel and your thoughts.
I mean, as a whole, the duel, it wasn't our best performance tonight, but the kids went out and battled. I knew it was going to be hard. Blackwell matches up really good with us, where we have our really good guys. They have good guys there, too. That match is going to go 50-50. They have a great program over there. Connor's doing a great job. And it's a tough duel following Tuttle. This is our hell week for a reason. And, I mean, we go in, we battled today. We made a little bit of mistakes. But, at the end of the day, we know what we need to fix. We're going into Carl Albert, which is the 5A showcase. We have district duels on Tuesday, and I can't ask for two better teams to prepare us leading into district duels and for our 5A showcase. So, I mean, kudos to them. They're a great program. We're inching there. We're getting so close to being really, really, really competitive with these teams. Every single kid goes out and battles. Right now it may look like we're ending up on the wrong end of things, but it's because we're young. And I can live with that, being a young team. And we're going to fix these little bitty things that's costing us right now. We're going to move forward. We're going to get ready for regionals. And we're going to go and make a big run at the end of the year.
Coach, just from calling the matchup, probably the funnest duel I've called against Blackwell. A lot of good competitive matches, winning and losses. Very competitive. Caden Herendeen wrestling a state placer. And then Cade Carey comes out, awesome matchup for such a young freshman, really developing into a varsity wrestler as a freshman. You know, Bryson Hall, you know, state placer, bumps up to wrestle him. Just talk to us about, you know, those key matchups that were close matches, but obviously a lot of good competition inside those matches, even those losses.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we duel these guys. And, you know, win or lose, I tell these guys everything's preparation for regionals. You know, in this game, it is how you finish. It's not about how you start or how you do in the middle of the year. It's all about how you finish. How do you perform at regionals and state? So we have this schedule for a reason, to get us ready for regionals. Because, I mean, we got to go perform at regionals to make it to state. And with these matchups, man, I mean, Caden, I can't say good enough things about Caden Herendeen. I mean, he's a state champ for a reason. He goes out, he chases competition, and he goes out there and gets the job done, and he keeps on looking better and better as the year goes on. Same with Bryson Hall. He hunts for those top guys. He wants the toughest competition because he knows that's what's going to prepare him for the state tournament. And I'll tell you this, man, Clayton Carey tonight wrestled phenomenal. He's becoming a true wrestler. He's fixing those little bitty things, and that's all. The only thing that was holding him back was those little bitty things, and he's fixing those. And that kid right there, I wish everyone could see how hard he works in the room. I mean, that kid right there that he beat was wrestling third and fourth at Cushing, where we didn't do very well, and we go out and beat him. So that kind of shows the dedication and the work that he's putting in every single day. And I couldn't be more proud about that kid, because he's going to go and he's going to shock a lot of people at the end of the year.
So a lot of talk about the big, the Carl Albert tournament this weekend, the 5A showcase. But next Tuesday night, district duels. Next Tuesday afternoon. What can we expect at the district duels from Guthrie? I know it's a little bit of a jump ahead, but I know that's our next big one after that. What are we expecting at the district duels this year?
Just to compete. That's all we got to do. We go in there and we compete and we wrestle like Guthrie knows how to wrestle and Guthrie's style of wrestling. We're going to be just fine. With our lineup right now, we're so close to having it fully complete. Everyone's so close to being the right weight. We just got to get some kids healthy, get their little their bumps and bruises healed up. And once that happens, man, we're going to be a force. And I mean, I think when we go into districts on Tuesday against Sapulpa, Pryor, Edison, and Bishop Kelly, all we got to do is go wrestle our style, our match, and we do that, we should take care of business. You know, consistency is key in this game, and we found ourselves being inconsistent at some point, but right now, the consistency is coming. We're seeing it from Tuesday to now, leading into this weekend. I mean, all we got to do is just go wrestle our style of wrestling, and if we do that, we're going to be just fine when it comes to districts.
All right, guys. Coach's interview brought to you by John Vance. Coach, good luck the rest of the week.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
Go Blue Jays.
Guys, back to you.
F&M Bank loves giving back to the communities we live and serve in. Banking with us ensures your money goes back into your community. Our goal is to provide you with reliable banking you can trust, delivered with unique passion for service. F&M Bank has all the modern banking services: mobile banking, lending, reward checking, electronic checking, and more. We invite you to come see us at any of our 8 locations. Come see what relationship banking is all about. F&M Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paper boy, evening TV. You miss your old familiar friends, but waiting just around the bend. You're lost out there and you're all alone. A light is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look.
All right, guys, we are back live inside of the Guthrie High School Gymnasium for this Generations Church post-game show alongside Phil Nichols and the rest of the GMP crew. Phil, a fun duel tonight. Obviously, score-wise, you look at it, doesn't look the way you want it to look, but really inside of that, saw a lot of good stuff out of the Guthrie wrestlers.
A lot of good stuff. I think, and I think too, we've talked about getting kids healthy, and we got a lot of kids beat up right now.
For sure.
And I'm not making excuses. Blackwell's going to win this duel if we're 100%.
Right.
But the reality is I think we saw some kids come out and do some things we hadn't seen them do. Talked about, wrestling more aggressive, along the way. Matt showed some great things out there tonight. Dax Lopez showed some good things out there tonight. I mean, just had some really good Luke. I really liked what Luke did. I mean, he got caught at the end, but I like what he did. Wrestled very, very aggressive for him. Of course, talk about Caden.
Clayton.
Clayton. Great win for Clayton as well. The freshman doing good things. So overall, I think a good night for Blue Jay wrestling. You know, you're going against one of the best programs in the state of Oklahoma, regardless of classification. And we talked about before the duel started. That's what Coach Davenport wants. We got to go out, test ourselves, have a standard set, have a benchmark set that we're working towards. You don't do that by going out and wrestling people that you can beat every time.
Right.
You know, so I like the way they're doing it. I like the way the program's going. Great crowd, great attendance. Everything was good. Great night. Great homecoming night.
Yeah, for sure. So, you know, Caden Herendeen just a hammer in a big matchup against another state placer.
Yeah.
You know, Loudon Wolf came at him the whole night.
Yeah.
You know, even though Caden was able to, you know, score some takedowns and go, Loudon Wolf, just hats off to him, just wrestled his butt off and did a great job coming. You know, they wrestled last weekend, and he wrestled like he was trying to get one back.
Well, they wrestled in the finals, and you know, you're right. I mean, he didn't come in there thinking he couldn't win. I can promise you that. He thought about this all week. I want this duel. I want this rematch. That's what great wrestlers do. And he's a kid that'll be on the podium. It's just a matter of how high will he be on the podium. It could be at the tallest point from what we saw tonight.
From what I saw tonight against one of the best, Caden Herendeen's one of the best kids in the state.
Absolutely.
At 113, period.
Yeah.
And, you know, Loudon was right there.
Yeah, gave him everything he wanted. Yeah,
I can see him finishing near the top, if not on the top.
Not at the top, that's right.
Want to talk again about Luke Lyons. You know, he's personally one of my favorite kids on this team. I love that kid. But, you know, tonight I saw something from him I hadn't seen this since he started in high school. Again, somebody I hadn't seen since he was a kid, and that was him going after guys.
Yeah.
And so I just seeing that makes me smile because he is a talented kid. He's taken his lumps. He's had a hard time. He's he's a grinder. The kid's tough as nails, but tonight he started throwing punches.
Yeah.
And you can't win a fight without throwing punches.
Got to throw punches.
And he was throwing punches tonight, and I loved it. That's only going to help him improve going forward. He continues to do that. Luke Lyons is going to become what he's capable of becoming.
No question. You know, and I think then I'm going to jump down to Bryson. You know, Bryson Hall, what a great night he had as well. Looking the part. I mean, this is a kid that's going to push. You know, got a real opportunity. We talk about how high can you get on the podium. He can get as high as possible. And this kid's got an outstanding chance, not only being a placer, I think he's got a shot at winning it this year.
Absolutely. And I'll give Kelby Ingram a shout out.
Yeah, absolutely.
57-pounder.
Yeah.
Could have just sat there, got him another pin on his record, got him another dub.
Yep.
You know, walked in and walked out without breaking a sweat, and he decides, no, I want the best guy here. Who is he?
Moved up.
Happens to be Bryson Hall. Let me go see what I can do with him.
Big
you know,
time.
I'll pull the upset or I'll take the loss like a man. And he gave Bryson Hall everything he wanted.
Everything he wanted.
So hats off to him. You know, just a testament to that Blackwell team, how tough they are and what they're all about. Just, you know, highlight a couple other things. I'll talk about Clayton Carey again as well. Just, I could not be more impressed with, as a young man, as a freshman, so maturely wrestling.
Yeah.
Just you know, he's one, you can see how excited Coach was talking about him. You know, all these freshmen have so much potential. We know that it's there. We know they have the potential to be successful, but when? When are we going to see them turn that corner?
When's it gonna click?
When is it going to click?
Yeah.
These kind of things. You know, we saw it with Clayton I saw it with Clayton over the weekend, and now it's coming through. You know, I'm hoping that's what we're seeing out of Luke Lyons.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, again, these turning points are huge because, you know, it's not that they need to learn how to do a double leg. It's not that they need to learn how to do a stand-up.
Right.
They know these things, but it's whatever that feel is, whatever that thing that you can't coach that just happens to a wrestler, that click, whenever it happens, boy, you can go from being a zero to a hero overnight.
Real quick.
And so we've got a team full of those kind of kids, and that's what gets me exciting. You know, we're competitive against the Blackwell, but boy, if some of them kids turn that corner during this season, we go from a top 5 team to a top team.
To a contender,
because,
no doubt.
You know, we've already pulled 2 upsets that I didn't think we were going to win.
Yep.
We've won those duels.
Yep.
You know, Coach said it. We finally got our roster. We get these guys healthy. You know, there's a couple key players out that haven't been competing as much as we'd like, 2 of whom are pinners.
Yeah.
You know, we take those kids into the district duels, we can win some big matches.
No doubt about it. And I think, you know, listen, the season's it's going to be an exciting finish to what's been so far a really exciting year. We want to take a quick second and thank all of our great sponsors. Of course, Bank First, we appreciate you very much. Farmer and F&M Bank, North Church, John Vance Auto Group, Generations Church, Exon, South Point Baptist Church, A-Team Overhead Doors, TIG Insurance, our good buddy Seth at TIG, Strive Wellness Lounge, and Aspen Roofing. Of course, we couldn't do this broadcast without them. We appreciate y'all very, very much. This has been a fun year. Look forward to doing this again next year.
Absolutely. Phil, this will be our last time on the mic this year.
I know. I'm ready for a break. I'm not going to lie. Oh, scheduled? Oh, Chris just put us back on standby.
I love the sound of that.
Oh, boy.
That could mean I don't got to go on the road by myself.
I may have to eat something tonight.
No, it's been a fun year so far. Wish we'd have had more home duels. No one's fault, just the way it is. But I really want to say thanks just to the broadcast team. We want to show up here and help us out here to help promote wrestling in Guthrie. It's been a huge deal. I know a lot of good has happened from this, and really, from our sponsors that make this possible, from our fans that make this possible, obviously from our wrestlers that make this so fun, just the wrestling community in Guthrie. This season has grown again.
It's grown.
Every year it has grown and grown and grown. I'm excited to see where it's going to go in the future, and I think all of these things, as we all work together, our community works together, we can really build this into something bigger than even a Blackwell, bigger than even a Tuttle.
Sure.
We've got a group of kids that's kind of cultivating down, the 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd grade kids that we've got potential to have a dynasty here.
Yeah.
And so we're at the beginning of these blocks, but if we can continue to build, 5-10 years from now, these duels could all be shutouts, and it could be a fun time.
Well, and I go back, 15, 20 years ago, I'd come to duels there at Guthrie, and there would be 20 people in the stands.
Right.
So from a guy that's been doing this for quite a while here in Guthrie and following the wrestling program, it's amazing where we're at. It's exciting where we're heading. But all of it, we need the great support of the community, continued support. But yeah, it's exciting times for Blue Jay wrestling, no doubt about it.
And when I look into the eyes of coaches, when I see their passion in their hearts, when I see them down in that room pushing these guys, they don't want to be another team.
No.
They want to be the best team.
They want to be the team.
They're trying to build state championship quality teams.
Yeah.
And we want to be a part of that. We want to push that. We want to help them any way we can.
Absolutely.
So really just want to encourage anyone listening, anybody watching.
Get involved.
Get involved. Come help us how you can, whatever that looks like. Get a hold of somebody, and help build this program because we are going places.
Oh, yeah, it's going to one place. That's up.
It's up for sure. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up tonight.
Is that it?
I guess we could talk wrestling all night, Phil, but I guess these guys probably want to go again.
Somebody wants to go home, I guess. I don't know.
Post game.
Okay. That was a firm yes.
Firm yes from the nucleus over there. But post game show brought to you by Generation Church. Again, thank you guys all for all your help. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Watching us wrestle. Guys, Guthrie Wrestling on the rise.
Yeah, and what does Chris always say? Go Blue Jays.
Go Blue Jays.